What's the quickest way to get a nun pregnant?
I don't know.
Dress her like a choir boy.
What's the difference between Katie Price's vagina and mouth?
I don't know.
Only one retarded thing has come out of her vagina.
Good evening, Internet.
Welcome back to another episode of In the Doghouse, the podcast that can't train to run a marathon, but it can run a train on your mum. And the bangers just keep coming. Ring the bell. Housekeeping.
Buy the fucking merch. It's on the fucking website. You know the drill. It's really good shit. There's t-shirts there. There's key rings, flight tags, air fresheners, stickers.
Some hoodies left, maybe.
Couple of hoodies left.
If you're lucky. Hats. We got awesome hats.
Gone.
Are they gone?
Gone.
Oh, they're all gone. Oh, it's me plugging stuff we don't even have, Marlon.
Yeah, we need. I'm in the middle of doing a big restock order of everything. Just buy what's on the site, innit?
Yeah, we got the Patreon only anti-drinking drinking club. We got those front and rear print. They're really fucking smart. I'm really happy with the design. And we've also got the drinking department division t-shirt. The same design as what's on the hoodies. They're really fucking good. And what else we got, Marlon?
We have the Reg and Marlon election t-shirts.
They're wonderful. The greatest I've ever seen.
You didn't get gifts under Biden, you got gifts under us.
Greatest t-shirts ever. Approved by me, Donald Trump. Yeah, they're on there. Grab them while they're hot. They'll only be out for a limited time and then they'll be gone, as always. You know the score. They're not around forever. And a massive shout out to not the sponsor, not yet. Massive shout out to the other people that keep this show going. The
You're right,
Patreons.
you're having a stroke.
I am. It's been a minute. A massive shout out to the Patreons. Yes.
Without you, we wouldn't still be here. We'd have nothing. It'd be like we were under Biden.
It'd be like Nancy Pelosi. I don't know where I was going with that. I just thought I'd say it. Yeah, big up.
You make everything huge.
You can join the Patreon from as little as I can't remember how much now. But you can join the Patreon. The link's in the episode description, and it's also in the bio. And what do you get for being a Patreon, Marlon?
You get automatically entered into the Pit Viper giveaway, which is tonight.
It will actually be tonight. So yeah. If you want to join the Pit Viper giveaway, just become a patron. You got to sign up before Friday. It's only a couple of quid. At the end of the day, we give you 8 hours of entertainment a month. It's only a little bit of money, isn't it? A couple of quid. Would you give old Reggie a couple of quid? Just to go on his
money
way
for the blind,
money for the retarded in the doghouse. Means a lot, goes a long way. Yeah,
it's not just one pair of Pit Vipers.
We're giving away two because we're fucking idiots. And then for the more money we get from the Patreon, the more we give away. And we're idiots. We'll probably end up.
Our business model's fantastic.
We'll probably end up giving away more shit like we always do after a couple of pints. We're like, should we give away some more stuff, man? Yeah, so be sure to check us out on the live stream on YouTube. Probably be about 7:30, 8 o'clock. We'll be on there. The link will be all over the fucking Discord, which is another thing you get from being a Patreon. You get to join the Discord, which is absolute. If you don't know what it is already, then you should join. It's fucking madness.
If you don't know, then get to know.
It's madness. It's all good on there. It's all a good laugh. I spend most of my time browsing the worst memes and the most disgusting pornography I've ever seen in my life. I saw a woman getting fucked from the back while she had a set of fucking milking clusters on her, which was interesting. That was one Alex shared today. So yeah, that was cool. So yeah, you can, like I said, become a Patreon, join the Discord.
But you didn't see that on the farming fucking course, did he?
No, I didn't. No, Cannington was wild, but not that wild. You had to go to Brymore to see things like that, and it was boys. Anyway, yeah, join the Patreon, be a legend, support us fucking idiots. And before we get into it, one massive shout out to the sponsor of this episode, VanMasters, Marlon. If anyone can preach the good word of VanMasters, preach the good word of the gospel of VanMasters.
It's huge.
What do they do? What does VanMasters do, Marlon?
So Kyle at VanMasters, incredible. He just knows what he's doing. Like if you have a vision, he can make it come to light. He can make it all happen, put it in the van. He can do the beds, which are all CNC cut, by the way.
What were you doing the other day you were telling me about?
We did a whole bed redesign, so we dropped it about 60, 70 mil.
That's quite a drop in a van.
Yeah. And then made it so it slides out, put the refrigerator in, put that all up. Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh.
I don't even have to go inside the house to get cold beers anymore. It's just in the van.
So when you're out, you've saved yourself 20 steps now, Marlon. Aren't you
Fantastic.
lucky? You're out fucking doing your machining work and they're just there.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is. So we can do everything from full bed installs, full van conversions, lights, fridges, sinks, heaters, leisure battery setups. That is one thing you really do need in a van. And of course, your solar installs as well.
So yeah, I mean, summer's approaching. Have you got a partially done camper that the missus has been banging on in your ear about? We need to get that done, and you've gotten to a point where you're like, fuck, I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
Give him a call.
You've been to that point, haven't you, Marlon?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, I could do this. I think it's 230 to 12 volt. I know this. Yeah. If you're stuck at a point in your build, or you just need it or if you need it tidying up, or if you need a full van lining done, or whether you just need a literal top to bottom build, you've got the fucking base and you're looking at it like, I don't know what I'm doing. This is a guy who's got loads of years experience in converting stuff and of doing all things that come with home-built campers. So get in touch with VanMasters, www.van-masters.co.uk. The link will be in the description and all the contact details there. So a massive, massive shout out to VanMasters for sponsoring this episode. Right, Marlon, who are we joined by tonight?
Tonight, Reg, we have your sister on.
Yeah, we do. Your sister. We have the athletic department of the Doghouse.
Hello.
Joined by here with the drinking department of the Doghouse.
That was a good combination at the weekend, I think.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, very much so. I did most of the drinking. Lots of shouting. Yeah. How are you? All right?
Yeah, good. Recovering, but I'm good, thanks. How are you guys?
Not hobbling about too much, I hope.
No, I was just saying that I've managed the stairs unaided today, so that's serious progress in 48 hours.
You didn't need like the stair lift or anything like a stanner? Or,
No.
Or a one of those chairs that like mum had to tip you out of. Oh, they're so easy to get in and out of.
Yeah, exactly. Throw you out of the top of the
Do
stairs.
you remember that one that mum had? It was like an armchair. It was like one of those like chairs that help old people get up. Of course, mum was like fucking, getting a bit fucking wanked towards the end, for lack of a better term.
A technical term.
So that's all right. So like you press a button and it literally tips you out. And of course, me and Gabrielle play the game of sitting and see how long you can stay in it. Those motherfuckers go like all the way over.
Oh no!
Like a fucking rodeo.
Yeah. Dad was like, don't mess around with it. It's not ours. There's me like, yee.
Or the bed that would fold you up like a pretzel.
Oh yeah, it is. One of those supportive
Proper
beds. And it was
fucking
like,
hurt you.
how far can it go? Like, I am a deck chair. Yeah. So you're good.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Good. Thanks for coming back on. Good to have you back.
Oh, it's the least I could do.
Literally saying like, oh, it's just when was the last time I was on after your last marathon? That's why.
yeah. Everyone will be pleased to hear I'm not here to ask for your money today. So look, there's a first for everything.
I guess it's like Bernie Sanders. I'm once again asking for your financial support.
We're going to run Africa.
You're safe.
Going to make the Doghouse pay for it.
Good. Anyway, how's barring the obvious? How's the week been?
Yeah, good. It's been like coming back off a rather intense holiday today, but sun's shining. I was actually just taking the dog out for a walk after work, and the ground is drying up. There's some grass off the ground.
I've got my shorts on.
Massively.
Have you actually?
Yeah.
Holy shit, Marlon.
There's cattle out, and it's feeling a bit more like spring, isn't it? And
Yeah.
it's the end of April, so you'd fucking hope so.
I'm going to say it's been getting a bit like that. I think me and the old man have both been getting a bit twitchy. Like, as you may have seen in the Instagram, the price of straw is getting a bit terrifying. Yeah. So yeah, good.
If you can't hear a main road, then you can definitely hear a tractor rumbling somewhere.
Yeah.
Getting furt on or doing something anyway, because everyone's on catch up.
Oh, fucking right they are. Tell me about it. I'm running around like a blue ass fly at the moment.
Don't fucking lie.
Well, I have been recently. I've had the JCB absolutely lit,
You've just
mucking
been
out shit.
digging random holes, haven't you?
I'm turning around.
Dig.
I'm turning around
The big
sheds.
dig.
I'm turning around sheds like a
It's
motherfucker.
like time team.
Here we've found nothing. So what we're going to do in true time team fashion is just put some shit in the hole. Oh my god, a Roman artifact. Yeah, out of the van. Oh yeah. What about you, Marlon? How's your week been, mate?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Busy. I had a bit of a fucking scare, didn't I?
Did you?
Every.
Oh yeah. Oh fucking. That was big bum clenchy
That
moment.
fuck me.
That was only down to your pure laziness that we won. I'm joking. Don't
He
you?
didn't start the fire.
Fuck all you. You cannot have in your orders. Through some fucking miracle, a job went wrong at work. I didn't leave work till 6:30.
And you didn't get the fucking order in.
So I missed the pickup boat.
Wasn't it like 2 boxes of hoodies or something?
Yeah.
Shit.
Imagine.
So there's one thing I can thank Land Rovers for this week, so I'm not going to bitch about it.
Hey, another week. Land Rovers are the saviour of the Doghouse merch.
Yeah, when I saw that, I had a fucking heart attack.
I literally, I think someone put it on the Discord or something, and then you sent it to me, and I was like, oh no. Do you want me to ring our supplier right now and reorder a fuckload of hoodies? You're like, just wait, Reg. I think we've dodged it.
Going through all the tracking, it's like, it's still at the parcel shop. It's still at the parcel shop. And I was like, this is either a software issue or it's still at the parcel shop.
What was it that caused the fire at the Every Depot?
I don't really know. Probably me shipping batteries, which I'm not allowed, or something like that.
Marlon shipping like vape batteries with a load of paper clips in the bag. Fuck 'em.
Make a spicy package.
I'm putting it down to podcast rivalry. Just another trucking podcast. You've got to stop. This is madness now. It's getting out of hand. Yeah, so fuck. Bit of a bum clenchy moment for you then.
Yeah, and apart from that, obviously we did got the van sorted, so it's pretty much ready for wrapping, which is
Oh yeah, that's like soon.
2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Have you told the people? Have you?
I don't know.
I don't know.
What's happening?
Marlon's having the van wrapped full Doghouse.
Wow! Oh my god.
I know. Yeah.
So what? Stupid question, but what colour?
So it's going like 2 stripes with the grey and then the website and then the logo, and it's going to be huge.
It's gonna be huge. Love that.
So when you go down and see all your cool surfer dudes, man, and all your swingers, they're all going to be like, oh, what's the Doghouse? And I'll be like, don't listen. Don't fucking listen. It's not for... The best way to advertise our show is to tell people not to listen. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, it's not for you. Trust me. It's not for you. And they're like, well, it might be. And they're like, I listen to that show of yours. Can't fucking know.
There's a new girl started at the parcel shop.
Oh.
She's like, what are all these parcels? I was like, oh, it's merch.
Drugs.
Easier explanation.
Yeah,
I should have
probably.
fucking said. And she's like, oh, merch for what? I was like, oh, we do a podcast. What's it about? Oh, don't worry about it. Don't listen to it.
Not your kind of thing, because we slate you lot all the
Oh,
fucking
no,
time.
what's it about?
Oh, no.
Just, no, don't listen to it.
Just a hard line.
I haven't seen her since. So.
But can you imagine the audience of BBC Radio Somerset this week going, oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Did you miss it? I don't think I've told Marlon this. I thought I saved it for the show, to be honest.
To be fair, I think it's only about 7 people that listen to BBC Radio Somerset anyways.
8 this week. I tuned in. So yeah, do you want to tell Marlon what you done?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I didn't do an awful lot, to be honest. It was actually our granddad. So he's a
Avid
he's a one. I mean, he's a
BBC
talker,
listener.
isn't he? Yeah, no, he's not an avid BBC Somerset listener. He's just an avid talker. So it's a bit of a long and winding tale, but essentially, our mum's mum, is in a care home in Frome, dementia specialised care home, and the long story way around is that she actually used to work in this care home years ago. So bless her heart, she's riddled with dementia. The only grandchild she remembers is Tom. We all go in there and, oh, Tom. And she looks at me. Lovely to see you, young girl.
My favourite grandchild has returned.
Bear in mind, she was very much one of those that, oh, there are no favourites, darlings, no favourites. And then, of course, dementia hits. Thomas James. But anyway, she, bless her heart, doesn't know what's going on most days of the week. But because she worked there for best part of 20 years, she is very much at home. She almost just thinks she works there, doesn't she?
Yeah.
So it's a real blessing that we were able to have her in there as a resident essentially. She's been in there sort of about 15 months, not much more. Anyway, no sooner she really been put in there, the care home announced that they were, well, it wasn't the care home, but the place was being sold, the property was being sold, and there was a petition to save the care home because it's dementia specialised, probably about 20 inpatients there, residents, and our granddad got onto every press lot, every news channel, and I'm
going to write to my local MP.
Did a great job really, and I dare say probably had something to do with the fact that it's actually been another care company tender for it, and they've actually picked it up, haven't they? Anyway, I then got a text from my granddad to say I was talking to my lady at BBC Radio Somerset, and I mentioned your marathon. She might get in contact, and I was like that. Oh, thanks, Grandad. Yeah, well, look, that'd be brilliant. Vicky contacted me. Would you like to come on with Simon Parkin tomorrow? Talking like I know who Simon Parkin is. I know who he is now. No problem. So, went on. When was that? I think it was Friday last week. Recorded live. They rang me up, and they were like,
"We don't even do that shit."
Yeah, they rang me up, and the producer rang me and said, "Hi, Gabby. Yeah, so going to be going live just after this song." And I was like, "Fab, thanks."
Please do not say fuck or bugger.
Thanks, Luke. When's it going to air? He was like, "Now you are live." And I was like, "Okie dokie."
Cunt.
Honestly, if I went live, I could not resist.
Fuck. Went on. It was a good 10-minute segment, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So
I thought you were going to be an in-and-out job.
Yeah.
I was fucking waiting. I was trying to get on with some work. I was like,
you fucking hurried us up.
The day was going by.
Sat by the phone, but it was all about the marathon and all about like why you're running marathons and what the whole thing's about. But got chatting about the podcast. Yeah! Got that dropped in the Doghouse. Yeah, Tom texted me the night before. You won't mention the podcast. You never do. I was like, just you watch. Red rag to a ball. I'm on it. So Simon Parkin's probably been looking it up himself, and all the listeners of BBC Radio Somerset, I think, have probably had the shock of their lives this week. Did you hear that, young girl? Oh yeah, that sounded lovely. Your brother's got a podcast. Look it up. Oh God!
All the middle-aged men were like, "Oh, fucking disgusting! I would never listen to that." You get straight on the OnlyFans episodes.
So that was Friday last week. So yeah, if you've had any new followers between Friday and now, they're probably aged over 80.
Gary, 64, Bridgewater.
Surname.
And then did a really short segment today. That was pre-recorded, but mention it again. So made sure we got it in there. But,
the fundraising arm of the marathon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, oh my God, never ever would have had a sight of London otherwise. So how do we get onto that? What were we saying about that?
I can't remember. I don't fucking know. But yeah, other that, good week, mate.
Yeah, fixing pieces of shit. Getting stupid jobs in. Yeah, loving it. How's your week been, mate?
My week, apart from the obvious, which is probably in the title and all over the fucking thumbnail, it has been a cunt of a week. Not work. Work has been gleaming. I've been having the best time. We've been buying new kit. I've been having a fucking lovely... the home life has been awful. The wife. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. No, she's been golden. Obviously, new floors are in. I am over the fucking moon with my new floors, right? So, nice new wood floors. I'm like, awesome. Amazing. First thing, washing machine starts leaking. I'm like, oh, really? Like, really? You really want to start leaking now? I've got these floors in. It's wood. It expands. It'll go fucking rotten if I don't stop. So I'm like, all right, no worries. Fucking straight on e-spares. I'm like, you know what I'm like?
What you doing?
You know what I'm like?
No, right. So you've just put really expensive wooden floors down, and you're going to try and fix your wanky fucking washing machine, which needs to go in the fucking bin.
No.
And you could buy a new cunt for 200 quid.
No, you know what I'm like? I will not fucking... I repaired my drill. I repaired my drill for the fucking 4th time this week. Yeah, I don't fucking... You know me, I don't replace fuck all when it dies. So the washing machine was leaking out the fucking seal on the front. So immediately I'm on YouTube and I'm like, easy job. No worries. Oh my fucking God. What a... I can't... It's one of those jobs, right? where it turned up and I was like, epic, nice. So you got like one band that goes around the front on the faceplate and one band that fixes it to the drum. And I was like, easy. It's like a little spring.
4 hours later.
Oh, don't even fuck me. So start disassembly on what? Oh, for a start, why are washing machine or any appliances serial numbers not like Baku number 7 or Melly or Whirlpool number 8? W784 asterisk 9 Nazi symbol 12D40 XY12. Fucking, I had to scroll through 18 pages to find my fucking washing machine on the e-spares. Anyway, all the shit turns up. And I'm like, right, it's not going to be a problem. To start disassembly, please remove, get around the back of the back of the washing machine. Why do I need to get to the back of the washing machine? 2 cunting screws. Take that off, the top comes off. It's like it's like a Land Rover. To remove the rear tail light, you must first take out the engine. I take the fucking back piece off. I take the top piece off. I take the front piece off. He likes a whiskey drink. He likes a lager drink. And I pull the fucking front off, and I'm like, right, now I've just got to take a stupid little...
do the hokey cokey and you turn around.
It's just like a big piece of wire in a circle, and it's just got a little spring bit. Part of it is a spring that holds the tension.
Yeah.
So, like, fucking easy. Flick, off that comes, no problem. And then I fold it all on itself. Flick, off comes the other one, no problem. Try and get the hunting things back on, Marlon. Oh my... It was one of those jobs where it got that bad that you're just like, I could ask for help. I could ask her in the other room to come out here and hold something for me. No, I will persist.
I'm a strong, independent man. I can fix my own goddamn washing machine.
About 45 minutes later, yeah, I'm like, oh, get it. I need you to hold something a minute. Put some socks on your fucking hands or something, because this is going to hurt if it goes. So she's there with socks on her hands. Holding this
fucking burn victim.
This fucking Simon Weston, who? She's got these socks on her hands because this fucking band is like really thin. It's like
you've
steel
got the torch out. We're doing fucking.
And if it goes like, you've got to like try and stretch it over the drum, and if it goes fucking snap, it happened to me about 3 times. And I got hard hands. She got office hands. I mean, they ripped straight through them. And so, anyway.
Why was your first thought? Put some socks on your hands or something.
Yeah,
who hasn't got a form of gloves of some sort?
I've only got like nitrile gloves, and they hold no protection other than just like for antibacterial purposes.
Your wife is a horse rider. She didn't have riding gloves, and you made her put socks on her hands.
I don't know. I was like, immediately, I was like, there are socks there. We don't have time for you to find your gloves. Very important work we're doing here.
Just pretend you've got chicken pox.
So that was that. Fucking absolute ball ache of a job. Got it all back together. No fucking problem. I was like, oh God, I'm such a god to repairing stuff.
So how many hours have you spent on it?
It's
by this
probably
point?
about 3. I thought it was going to be a 10-minute job. It really wasn't. And it typically, right, it's all these screws.
Fuck me, sounds like he's done.
All these screws that come out of it, and I've got the washing, like the actual door. I've got that chucked to the side, and I'm just winging screws in there. I'm just winging all the screws in there because they all look the same. And then when I went to go put them back in, not fucking one of them was the same. All different lengths. Some of them were screws. Some of them were threaded bolts. I was like, well, guess what? You're all going fucking home in different houses now. Impact. It's all tight, baby. Yeah, put the first wash on, it fucking leaked. So that was that. Out of a different place on the fucking door seal.
You should know, but you've tried to repair enough shit by now. Just to stop.
No, but most of the time it works. I've not
you said you repaired your drill for the 4th fucking time.
Oh yeah, that's only because the bearing hops out of its little like house.
It's wanked. What? Throw it away.
It started smoking. Dad was like, "That's fucked." I was like, "No, it's not."
Also, why have all these inanimate objects got houses? Where is it out of its house? You're all going home in different houses now.
Well, they all thought they like, are you too good for your home? You, Mr. Coarse Thread, guess what? You're going in Mr. Thin Thread. Yeah, so that was that. Anyway, and then the next fucking day or whenever it was, I can't remember which order it went in. She rings. Well, text me at work. The toilet's leaking. I was like, of course, everything that has water in my house immediately starts leaking when I've got new floors. I'm like, is the dog leaking as well? Is the sofa leaking? Anyway, so I'm
No,
like,
but the dishwasher just shit itself
I'm
again.
I'm like, right, okay, this is fine. So I get back, and what I realise is it's quite simple. The shit pipe on the back, where I've had the new floors, and the floors have obviously come up quite a bit. It's a 90-degree connection down to the sewage line, up to the toilet, and where it's the fucking God knows how old toilet. It's where they've unseated it and reseated it.
Yeah.
It's just not making a perfect seal anymore, and where it's come up slightly, it's slightly a cock sort of thing. Can't blame the builders. I wouldn't have fucking noticed it. It looked fine, and of course, I just see this bit of water outside underneath the toilet, and I'm like, right. Fine, not a problem. I'm thinking to myself, I'll just fucking pull it off the back, turn it, and pull it out the fucking shit pipe. That's what you'd think, isn't it?
I don't know. I got a plumber for that. I don't usually fuck with shit pipe.
Well,
That is not
it turns
my
out there isn't even enough room to pull it off the back and then turn it. So the whole fucking toilet had to come off the fucking floor, and it's in two pieces. One bit screws into the floor, the other bit screws into the fucking walls. That all had to come off. And in the infinite wisdom, whoever did my house up before I moved into it, like, should we save 23 pence on every toilet by not putting a fucking stop tap on any of them? No, so I've got to turn the fucking water off, and then I've got to get a million things to soak up water that is inevitably going to come out of everything. That was that. So I was like, right, I'm going to get this fucking done. It's not a fucking problem. So I'm like, right, I go to a local place of DIY. I won't name where. I'm like, right, I'm one of those people that just kind of looks at something and I'm like, yeah, I reckon I know what that part is. I don't like measure anything, whatever. So I go down there. It's a Sunday. I'm in a shit mood, and I'm going down to the fucking place.
Oi, cunt, toilet's broke.
I'm going down to the local building supplies place to buy this fucking fitting, and I'm like, going there.
I can't believe a building supply place is open on a Sunday.
Yeah, so I go on there. I go on my phone, look what it is. I'm like, oh, that's it. Fucking show. Just like tell her the part number, him the part number.
My
sorry.
shitter's leaking.
And he's like, and I can only describe the gentleman behind the fucking counter as drunk, stoned, or both. It's a Sunday, and I can completely empathise. I wouldn't want to be doing that job on a Sunday, and he is just trying to get through it. And he's like, yeah, all right, mate. And I'm like, thanks. He goes off, and he comes back, and he's just, I don't think he's really with it. He's just got this like set words that he says to everyone. He's like, DIY project, mate, is it? And I was like, yeah. What is it you're doing? And I look down at the toilet, just a single toilet part that is obviously a toilet part. I lean over the counter slightly and I go, I'm building a time machine. And this is where he snaps out of this fucking stupor that he's in. And he goes,
Oh, really?
He goes, what? Yeah, I'm building a time machine. And these other fuckers behind me are just waiting to see what I'm about to come out with. He goes, huh? I go, yeah, I'm building a time machine so I can go back to last weekend when my fucking toilet wasn't leaking, mate, and I didn't need this part on a fucking Sunday. Oh, you had me going there for a minute. I was like, I had you going? Anyone who came up to me and told me they were building a time machine, I would assume that they were mentally deranged or drunk or stoned like yourself. And he was
Well, you look like Marty McFly, didn't he?
He was like, oh, you've made my Sunday. I was like, I'm fucking done. I'm fucking done. So that was that, yeah. Went back, literally kicked it down the sewage pipe, kicked it on the back of the toilet with a bit of fucking, with a bit of washing up liquid, and lo and behold, the toilet is now sealed and working, and no more poo water is coming out onto my floor.
Oh,
Praise the Lord.
Yeah. But then it doesn't end there! And
But wait! There's
I go to work the next day, and the old man goes, fucking hell. Couldn't go up and see your grandparents, could he? And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Your grandfather's toilet's fucking... Oh, my God! Something's gone wrong with this, like, fucking push-button flush, and it's basically... He went for a piss at, like, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, pressed the flush, and it was like, and I'm going to stay on. En suite as well, just pouring water down the fucking toilet. And what again? I'm like, it's like fucking £5 part from Screwfix Tool Station, wherever. I'm like, oh, no, the wire that is like connects the button to the valve, it's like steel, and I'm like, oh, that's dumb. It's obviously rusted. So Patrick's like, oh yeah, Screwfix or whatever, and I was like, no. What we'll do is take it apart. Took it apart, and I ran a load of oil down the fucking basically bright bike brake cable thing and just worked in and out and in and out.
What
like,
a shit idea.
until a load of fucking horrible shitty brown like oil started coming out, and I put it back in. And he was like, oh, that save you a trip to Screwfix, didn't it? I was like, you think I'm going to Screwfix? You think I've got time in my day to be running down the street? No. What a young fucking job that was. So yeah, that is pretty much the end of my water leaking issues.
You have far more pooey water stories than
Anyone
I
else in the world.
Genuinely, I think if you ask most people, they maybe have one. Like 10% of people maybe have one pooey water story, like where a toilet backs up.
My whole life is full of shit.
You have more than I can count on one hand.
It's horrendous.
Follows you round.
Literally. I had fucking the drains all blocked upstairs the other day, and of course it was my fault because I shave into the sink. I had to get the bloody plunger and just plunge the fuck out of the sink, and then shit water started coming out of the shower. I was like, when will it end?
Pooey water.
There smells up here. I was like, of course it smells. It's poo in the shower. But yeah, I bought me robot vacuum, and it's turned out fine. I bought me robot vacuum.
Is it good?
I've named him Jeff.
Yeah,
and he's fucking awesome. He's so cool. His headland management needs a little bit of work. He's not great on the headlands, but on the passes, he's amazing. I got him set at 1 o'clock in the morning and 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That cunt, I got him on turnaround. He is epic. The dogs fucking hate it.
I was going to say, what the dogs thinking?
Well, Frank thinks it's a snack.
Frank really didn't give too much of a shit about it. Norman was more confused, and Bailey is on the sofa like, what the fuck is that thing? Especially when I set it to turbo mode. Best fucking money I have ever spent. Honest to God, I know I might say that a few times on this show, but that, unreal. Absolutely unreal. It's fucking brilliant.
Hardest fucking thing on
Fuck off. Well, this side anyway.
Yeah, it's amazing. Literally, it's just fucking, it's bombing around like a mad thing. It sees me naked more times than the wife does. He's got a million sensors in it. It's probably measured my dick and already sent that data back to China. Be like, oh, they're not as hung as we thought. They make us feel bad. There's no need. Very similar size. We same, but different.
Oh God.
But yeah, it's epic.
Is it?
It's all that.
Is it really good?
It's all that and a bag of nuts.
Everything.
It's honestly,
the shebang.
We were at a pub the other night, and I was telling my mate Denny and Izzy about it.
Stuck.
And no, I was like, they were like, tell me about it. Show me. I showed them on the app, and they were like, can you get him to clean something? So I said, yeah. I was like, I went on
Has
the
it got
app.
cameras on?
It's got cameras. It takes you can't live stream, but that's kind of a good thing because
you get the work done.
Can you control it?
Yeah, I've got manual controls, everything.
You
drive it.
You can drive it, but you can't see it. So like, you've got no live stream, but there's your manual controls.
You need to hook that up so
look,
we can go down the road.
Look, see, if I want to set him to clean, I just drag that little spot somewhere and go clean, and he'll set out and go clean that thing. So if I have a little little dirty water accident, like I seem to have most fucking days, I'll be like, Jeffrey, come on.
So it'll do wet.
It's got two rotating mop heads on the back. So on the back linkage, he's got two mop heads on the back end, and then he's got a hoover on the front. So basically what he does, he hoovers, he wet vacs, and he sucks up the dirty water at the same time.
Wet vac. Oh, it's amazing, isn't it?
It's fucking unreal.
They must have updated since you'd see all those horror story videos
of
online.
It's got
where
poo detection.
Poo,
You fucking need that with Red.
It told me earlier that
I've spotted a shite.
it got too close to the dog bed, and like Norman the little rat has fucking chewed it. So there's a few threads knocking around. It got too close to it, and it was like fabric detected. Like, and then it like put little dots down to know that it wouldn't go there. Well, because on day one it fucked up and it got wrapped up in it. And I was like, sir, please help, I'm stuck. And I came there and it was all wrapped up in the threads. And I was like, you'll learn from this, Jeff. And he did. That AI be slapping.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing.
Machine learning.
It is amazing. I've not many things I buy, and I'm like, God, this is all that and a bag of nuts. But this is fucking unbelievable.
Can it do the stairs yet?
No, but it goes over the threshold. It's got the proper little off-road tyres on it. It's unreal. Proper little like all-terrains.
Is she 4x4 or 2x2?
2x2. But the best part is if you set it to edge cleaning, it does Tokyo Drift. So it's it just slams its ass against the fucking thing. It's doing like a fat wall ride, and I'm just there the whole time going, I wonder if you know. Yeah, it's fucking amazing. I just like one of those things. You
Everything
look
and
at
more.
all the fucking videos and all the like. It's got V8 suction power and all this crap.
She's a V8.
And I'm like, you know what? If it does half of the things it is telling me, I'll be impressed. It does all of that and more.
Isn't it so great when you buy something and you genuinely either your expectations are met or surpassed? You're like, it just happens so rarely. It's
yeah, really.
so pleasing.
I just can't get over it. It kept trying to. The only thing it kept trying to do was get up on the plinth for the fireplace because it's really low. Obviously, the radar thinks that it can go there, and it will just it will make like.
If you know.
It takes like 2 mil forward, then tries to turn into it, and it does that the whole way along it. So I had to put a little no-go zone there. So just don't.
No-go zone.
Yeah, that's what my little no. We got my no-go zone.
It's like Russia at the minute.
Occasionally it tries to get under the coffee table. So there's my no-go zone. See, that's the fireplace, and then that's the coffee table.
This is a no-no.
Has it? No, don't touch me there. Does it learn where the coffee table is?
Yeah,
Or did you
it
tell
learns like that map. When I turned it on, it was like room mapping started. I was like, Jeff, no, not yet. And it just like literally went to fucking war. It just mapped out the whole fucking house. I was like, China have the most useless information in the world. Where is the shotgun cabinet?
Where's the boiler?
Yeah,
we brought the boiler up.
Yeah, it's I'm over the moon with it. Yeah, so if anyone wants to know, it's we're not promoted by them or paid by them, or we fucking should be after this. It's a Eufy X10 Pro Omni, and it's not cheap. I won't lie, but my god, if it's one less
Nothing
fucking
you have ever is, mate.
if it's one less household task me and or the wife have to do, I'm all here for it.
My friend Kiara, she messaged me this morning to say that she just bought a Hoover, bought this like robot Hoover. I was like, what is it? Yeah, it's the same thing as yours. I was like, oh, well, actually, Tom and Mol were raving about it at the weekend. And well, she's got two. Well, it was 2 under 2, but they're not under 2 anymore. So you can imagine the crumbs.
Oh,
the
yeah,
crumbs. And she was just like, I am so excited.
Literally.
I spend my life hoovering and mopping. She's
All
like,
you need to
this
do is
thing's
just
gonna
like
turn up and change my life.
It's literally got a setting of post-meal clean. So it will just go to the dining room or the kitchen or wherever you eat your food and just it just goes there, sets itself to turbo, deep clean, fucking extra water, and just fucking goes to town.
Like having a Labrador.
Yeah, that's the best thing. It's like, who's going to get to the crumbs first, Frank or Jeff? A race. Only the strong shall survive.
It's a race.
He's a race.
How's the hot tub?
Fuck off, Marlon, all right? One water-based fix at a time, mate. Jesus Christ. That's a big water-based fix. It's high voltage and water. It's something I'm not overly confident in.
I don't think your man at the DIY store is going to be able to help you with the parts for that.
No, I've got the parts. They're sat there in the shed, like most things live forever and ever and ever.
That's the TV, Reg.
You never.
Yeah, well,
never,
again, we haven't found time to fix that yet, Marlon, have we? We will find time. But yeah, that's enough about me and my. I didn't know my house could be so. All of my ill doings could be so fucking funny, and so much humour found in them. But there you go.
I'll tell you what I fixed.
What?
The Escort.
You didn't?
It runs.
No.
The roof works.
Have you put the new roof on?
No, I haven't I ain't got the new roof on. The old roof works.
Holy shit.
But it is stuck where it is at the minute.
What, the roof?
Yeah,
or
no, I left the handbrake on, didn't I?
You stupid cunt.
Yeah, and I thought I was just going to get underneath and hit it a few times. And it'd come out.
You
Yeah,
can
no,
tell
it's
you're
still
not
stuck
from an
there.
equine background, you cunt. You never leave a handbrake on a fucking trailer, because that's basically what that fucking thing is now.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I fucking love it. But it needs to go. So if anyone wants to buy an Escort, hit me up.
You're not selling it on this show. Yeah, no one's buying it off
Dry
of this
stored.
podcast. Dry
Handbrake never left on.
Never say never.
Roof not wanked.
heated garage, the whole lot.
Heated garage, yeah. No cobwebs.
Allegedly.
Right, let's get into this. Scrotum, Gabrielle. Talk us through it. Start to finish, not the marathon itself yet. How was training? Because obviously we knew you went, same as Leeds, you were going into this with a few issues.
Yeah,
Much like the last one.
going in a bit crook.
I was like, haha, no pressure.
Told Simon from BBC Radio Somerset. Yeah, so same thing again. Nobody needs to hear it twice. Achilles injury doesn't go away, just niggles in the background, just like your annoying relative at the family do that's just kind of yapping away at you.
You're going to get left on the shelf if you don't get married soon.
You know they're there, you just ignore them. So yeah, started training back in December, I suppose. It was a long time ago. Feels like a long time ago, but first shout out probably goes to Jason from T-Fit over on the side of Shepton by B&M. So
All right, he's not fucking paying. Jesus.
He has put up with all my whinging for the last 5 months. But yeah, he's done a phenomenal job because I was your typical runner, never stepped foot in a gym, wouldn't have known what an RDL or a bench press or anything else was if it slapped me in the face. Just knew how to get out and put trainers on and run.
What is an RDL?
Romanian deadlift. I now know.
Still none the wiser.
Much like the Bulgarian split squat.
Yes.
Yeah, see? I don't
It's a very different movement. But
the wife goes to the gym, I don't.
So, yeah, but I have to say, I'm transformed. I'm a hybrid athlete now, as TikTokers would name you. So, yeah, a lot of strength and conditioning has gone in and a lot less running. Because I think I remember coming on here and saying that my last marathon, I've run like 490 kilometers in my training block. Whereas this one, I only did like maybe... Oh, geez, did I do 250, if that? Because I just did...
Oh, such a low number. Me and Marlon looking at himself like, I don't run to the fridge, motherfucker.
Yeah, I just did an awful lot in the gym, and it did wonders. It really did wonders. It strengthened my Achilles, and yeah, it felt like a bloody long time, but yeah, got me to the start line. Anyway, that was the most important thing, getting to the start line in one piece.
What was the most you ran like in one go before the marathon? Because I believe before Leeds or Dublin, the most you ran was like 14 miles, and you were like, yeah, well, it's not too far from 26, is it? I'll be all right.
I'd done half. Yeah, Dublin was 13. Leeds, I was really well prepared. I'd done 33 kilometers, which translates to like 22 miles, is it? And I was intending to do exactly the same thing this time around, but the 100-day cough. I don't know whether anyone has suffered this.
Oh, you mean the COVID's great rebrand?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let's go round again. I ended up cursed with the 100-day cough post country to country. Went to London with my darling friend Kiara. Once again, another mention of her this evening. But she had this cough. Which I was aware of when she turned up at my house, and I was sharing a room with her for the weekend. We'd spent like 500 quid on this weekend, and she rocks up at the house. She's like, yeah, I've got a bit of a cough. And I'm thinking, I'm sharing a bed with you this weekend, and I'm running a marathon in 5 weeks. Die. So that really wasn't just kind of blending the whole thing. But yeah, that cough would not leave me. And that actually ended up me going to the GP twice. They ended up coming back to me saying they thought I was asthmatic. And I was like that. I was 2 weeks out from the marathon. I was like, she's like, oh, we might get you, we need to x-ray your chest really, but I think we're going to need to put you through some tests for asthma. Have you got any asthma in the family? It's me. No, absolutely not.
Not like my brother, my granddad.
So yeah, ended up getting an inhaler, which to be honest, that stuff's like crack. My God. That opened,
jet, innit?
That opened
like jet from Fallout.
That opened my chest up wonderfully. But yeah, so anyway, the point is the longest I did this time was about 17 miles, which yeah, that there again, it's a long way to go from 17 to 26. But I think when you've got it under your belt previously, like you've done it, you can do it. And yeah, there was no real time goal this time. So it was like, look, we have to walk. But yeah, it was it was good. Yeah.
It was good. It was. I'm very proud of you for the more so the obviously proud of you for the marathon, but the just amount of like prep you did for it. Like instead of like the typical Emery, I'll be all right on the night, won't it? I'll just wing it. Don't worry.
To be fair, I did absolutely immerse myself because it was just, to be honest, it was one of those that at the start I was like, this Achilles injury, and kind of have these excuses. But the more money you guys were raising and the more you guys have put into it, the more I just thought everyone else has thrown everything at it. Like I have to give this everything.
You only have one thing to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I kept saying that to myself. You have one thing to do, Gabby, is put one foot in front of the other, just a bit fast. Fast feet.
There's Marlon for like 6 months straight organising this incredible do.
Exactly, yeah.
Realistically, I'm the one that's come out best out of all this because I didn't do fuck all.
Well, yeah.
I'm doing my part. I didn't do fucking shit.
Marlon, Beth, yourself, Dol, between the four of you have spent months and months throwing everything into it. So yeah, I really tried to nail everything, nutrition and everything, all in.
So only fruity ciders and
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, it didn't help that somebody put a video up of me on the Saturday looking like I wasn't taking it seriously. I was. My cider had ice in.
Fucking Irish. Where you just an affront to God, that is.
But yeah, so yeah, I have to say that was probably the most like an athlete I've ever felt. I was I wasn't really drinking massively. Was really trying to nail my sleep and everything else.
Nutrition.
So, yeah. So we threw everything at it. Yeah, and I think we returned the results, but we can get into that in a bit.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, so talk us through it then, start to finish, because unfortunately Marlon and Beth couldn't join us on our little soiree to the Big Smoke.
Yeah, I was really sorry to have missed you guys because we had a good weekend, didn't we? It was.
Oh, I ran around like a blue ass flying around. Fucking hell! I tell you what,
how many steps you do?
I put some steps in, drive. Fuck me, it must have been 22,000 or more.
Well, yeah, I have to say I was mightily impressed because we were we landed up in town. We stayed at Heathrow Airport, didn't we? On the Saturday we got there, and
as Gabby's partner named it, Browntown.
Right, yeah. So we stayed on the edge of Heathrow, and then what did we do? We
stayed in a Moxie.
I never heard of
Oh
a
my
Moxie.
God, it's the jazziest place.
Yeah.
They have revolving doors. When was the last time you saw a fucking revolving door?
The
man?
90s.
I thought they were banned or outlawed. Yeah, no, we were in the Moxie. Super fucking hip and trendy.
The Moxie's, I think it's a strip club in Cyberpunk.
I walked in and I was like, this 100% feels like a strip club.
Literally, I've seen them, but I didn't know what they were. I had no idea what they were until we went to the shooting show.
All the neon lights in the room.
Yeah, and I was like, what is it? And Moxie.
It's giving strippers.
And then Chief
Moxie.
Beth, she was like, oh, that's a fucking hotel. And I was like, that's why I keep seeing these massive, massive buildings with Moxie written on it. Apparently, they're just part of the Marriott group, so it's not actually out fucking, yeah. But yeah, so we stayed there, didn't we? And then we were just like, well, what should we do on the night before the marathon? Let's get out on the piss.
Get out on the piss. Yeah, because, Paul knows London very well. I know it like well enough to get myself around via Google Maps, I will say. Not one of those that looks at the tube map and goes, oh, we just need to jump on the district line and change at Green Park and jump on the Jubilee. But you and Molly, another level altogether. We are Paddington times 2. Lost in the Big Smoke.
Do you know what? Honestly,
it was so funny.
I spent most of my time fumbling through tube stations singing to myself, underground, overground, free, the wombles of Wimbledon, come and are we. I literally felt like a fucking womble, mate. I was Uncle Bulgaria, just following
Touching all the kids.
Just no idea what I was doing. Just follow. Where are we going now? I've been to London multiple times with the boys, like on the beers. And by the end of the weekend, I'm on it. I've got it. I'm like, but at the end of the day, all I'm doing is going from one part of like, I'm going Camden, Brixton, Brixton, Camden, Camden, Brixton, Brixton, Camden. That's all I do. And then we're nearly in cunting Slough. And we're on some bloody thing, some train that looked like it belonged in the 70s. It was something.
Runs off steam.
It was like something.
What was that? The DLR?
Yeah, the DLR. I was like, this is how the Simpsons monorail. This was the thing that they sold to Shelbyville after Springfield didn't want it. I was like, what in the fuck is this?
It's cheap, wasn't it? We had a deal.
I've been on the new Elizabeth line. I was like, this is
schwanky.
This is very much more my style. We're on the DLR, and I'm like, where are we going? Compton?
Well, it's hilarious because when we got on the Piccadilly line, you stood on the tube. I was like looking at the clearance above your head. I was like, there's an inch and a half there. I was like, because he stood in the middle as well. And there was literally an inch and a half above it.
I was like, why is everyone looking at me? I was like, because you're all stunted here, aren't you? Because of the disgusting air quality. Yeah.
So what did we do? We went into town Saturday night and what did we do? We went and got a couple of drinks, didn't we, in an Irish bar.
Few pubs.
Watched a bit of GAA, Gaelic football.
What? Gaelic football?
Yeah.
Oh, you ever watched that? Fucking madness. fucking out.
I've actually never watched it. I lived there for a time and never watched it.
You know when people say like something's a bit backwards, they say, "Oh, it's fucking Irish, isn't it?" That is the most Irish thing I've ever watched in my life.
They
play football.
Balls on the floor, and then you go and fucking pick it up, bounce it like a basketball, and then boot it.
Imagine a cross between rugby, football, and basketball, but on a pitch.
Where there is a tripo, like what am I trying to say, a conversion post,
Yeah,
and then a
big H
with a net, a
Underneath,
goal, a football net, like in the posts. Yeah.
Honestly,
I'll tell you what would be a good fucking idea.
Yeah, we fucking invented this long before you did. And it's like, no, you've just stolen it all from everyone else, much like we did. But anyway,
yeah, and then then when it had a bit
£7 a bastard pint.
Yeah,
Here, but there, innit?
went and had a lot of pasta, carb loaded up.
Yep.
And then that was a bit about it. Saturday, was it? Am I forgetting anything? It's going on such a blur, but
Yeah, it was about it really. Then
Yeah.
made our way back to the hotel, and that was it. Job done for the night. And then of course, fucking
What time do you have to be up in the morning?
oh god, alive, fuck me. It was like 8:30. I want to be out the fucking out. Oh god. Fuck's sake. You're not starting until 11:15 for fuck's sake, and it just seems like you could be anywhere in this city and find yourself on the other side within 10 minutes. And yeah, I'm dragged out of bed at fucking 8:30 in the morning.
oh, so sorry. I had to get up at fucking. You get up 2 hours earlier than that for work.
I was on my holidays.
Anyway, so yeah, we get up and start making our way. And we were a good hour and a half out of Greenwich.
Oh yeah, I didn't realise how fucking far it was in the end. Well, it's not so much how far we were from the tube station, it's how far the tube station was from the bastard to the bastard start line.
Yeah, and then because obviously we were a good way away from the start line, and then the closer we got on the tube, the more it's just filling up with all these
my
runners.
God.
I was
Yeah,
like,
the fucking people must
we
have
ended up like sardines, and all these people, all the nerves, and I was so lucky to have you three though, because we just fucked around for an hour, didn't we? Just flouncing around.
I was so lucky to be on that train. You should have seen the amount of running shorts there was. Oh, mama.
That's some fat Latina pieces.
Oh, good Lord of mercy.
Yeah, and then we spent a good half an hour just taking the piss out of everybody who's there for legitimate, fantastic causes in these costumes, and there's Paul and Tom just ripping the shit out of people left, right, and centre.
Oh, I tell you what, if I do this every day, I'd fucking kill myself. No wonder people jump in front of these bastard trains. I've been here 5 minutes. I want to do it myself.
Keep your fucking voice down, Thomas.
I was there like, all breeds and creeds here, innit? Bloody hell. As we're walking out of the tube station, we walk past, it's like, loads of music going on, get everyone on hype. And there's this little table, and there's like a load of food on it, like bananas and stuff. And I'm like, free food. And I'm like, better not. It's probably for the marathon runners. And then I realise it's like some sort of Jewish charity that's handing out food for the marathon runners. I was like, don't ask him for a sausage roll. Don't ask him for a sausage roll. Don't ask him for a sausage roll. Managed to avoid it because I was like, tensions are high at the moment. So I just went with the Free Palestine and moved on. No, I'm joking. I didn't.
So we got to the start line, and it was about time to go, really. Bag drop. You have to drop your bag to one of 20 lorries. Well, wait, the tag says that you stick on your bag with all your kit in that you want to pick up after. Lorry.
Why didn't you get fucking this useless cunt to carry it?
Well, because of course you don't find people for a good. They did warn me. I've heard this before. You don't find people for like a good hour. The other 55,000 runners plus say 3 or 4 people per runner. You're not going to find people in St James's Park like that.
Well, it depends what you shout.
Well, admittedly.
Bomb.
But yeah, my bag says lorry 17 or whatever, and I'm like that. Wonder what lorry stands for. Like what the use of like how lorries come about. Like must have been at one stage a lorry, and now they're just using it as a useful label for. It's fucking lorries.
It's a fucking lorry.
It's lorries full of bags. I'm like. Oh, there's Arctics there. It's lorries.
I was expecting to see Big Phil Barton down there as DSP.
DSP, yeah.
Yeah, so...
they were all volunteers.
Were they?
Yeah, fuck that.
Literally went to drop my bag. Well, we saw a girl, didn't we, in the MNDA colours.
Yes, we did.
And I was like, right. I was about to walk off my own. I was like, right, I'll leave you guys here. Jump in with this girl. Ran up to her in typical Gabby style. Hiya, you running for MNDA? She's like that, nearly in tears. Yeah. I was like, I am too. Sorry, I'm not in the colours. Been sponsored by some wanky podcast.
I'm an evil bitch.
Anyway, got chatting with her, which was really nice actually. She lost her mum to MND when she was 19 she was 21 back in 2019. So yeah, had a really emotional chat with her, and then it's that amazing thing people tell you about. You know, you're on the start line with everybody else in the same position, and got chatting with loads of other people, and then all of a sudden see this girl, and I think she looks kind of quite a nice person, and just my sort of girl. So got chatting with her. About 2 questions in, I was like, are you a farmer? Yeah, I'm a dairy farmer. Are you from the southwest? Yeah, I'm from South Molton in Devon. Anyway, it turns out we know all the same people. We're talking about dairy cows for half an hour before literally the klaxon goes. So yeah, that was amazing. But she, 10 years ago, her name was Ruth. She came off a quad bike at speed, going down a cow track, I believe, and came off and suffered a major head injury. And was in a coma, and basically doctors told her parents, don't know what this looks like at all. But 10 years later, she's back to her full self, and yeah, she's married with kids, and she's running for a
girl.
brain injury charity. But yeah, exactly that. You know, you get chatting with people, and you just kind of get an insight into the fact that everybody's there with a story.
Doing it for a reason.
Literally everyone. I honestly, from where we were standing, it looked like 90% of people had a charity jersey or like a, in memory of, and it's just amazing, really, because you think like there's obviously a lot of people doing it, sort of not professionally, but people are doing it for their own. I'm just a marathon runner and I do this. So many people doing it for charity. It's just amazing. Everywhere you look, there's charity banners, there's charity workers, there's cheer stations for every different charity there. It's fucking amazing, really. And you don't really realise how much money is raised through the London Marathon for these charities. It's it's quite awe-inspiring, really, and quite humbling. It was amazing.
That's the best way. I've been searching for words since Sunday, and I crossed the line. It's just so bloody overwhelming, but humbling is what I keep coming back to. Is just because, you're running around this course, and there again, overwhelming. A great friend of mine, her mum ran London years ago, and she said, all the signs and everything written on people's backs, it is quite overwhelming. It's quite like almost tiring reading everything. But everyone's got a story, whether you're running with people that are missing limbs, or, people in wheelchairs, or blind runners with guides, or, there's a girl that I ran past, her mum, her brother and her dad had all died of pancreatic cancer. And I swear to God, that girl couldn't have been older than 30. And it's just, that sort of thing just makes you go, actually,
I'm not the only one.
Because sometimes it does feel like that, and you have to get your head out of that space that it's only happened to me. It just it's such a real kind of unity to the whole thing. So but
we'll get into the start and on from there, the actual marathon itself. But we're going to cut to a short break now. But before we cut to a short break, a massive shout out to the sponsor of this episode, Marlon. Ring the bell! Ring the bell, Marlon! New sponsor alert! New sponsor alert! New sponsor alert! Big up, MJR Construction. Ladies and gentlemen, do you live in Somerset or Dorset? Are you struggling to find a builder who you can rely on to turn up when they say they're going to turn up? A firm that gives you realistic timeframes? Or maybe you're just in need of having someone who you can trust to complete the vision for your home? Then get in touch with MJR Construction. Whether it's brickwork, block work, painting, extensions, patios, interior and exterior decorating, plumbing, pointing, tiling, fencing, decking, roofing, chimney work, demolition work, but also, and probably most importantly, line pointing, rendering and repair, which if you have a house with line work is invaluable to have someone who specializes in lime, as it's a dying trade. Don't just let someone you found on Facebook Marketplace who just says, all right, I'll give it a go, because you'll be kicking yourself when it looks like absolute shit. I know so many people out there that are just like, I'm really looking for a decent builder, a reliable builder. All you ever hear is horror stories. And, anyone that you try and get hold of and ring, and they're like, yeah, mate, I'll come round Sunday and have a look. And you're like, you're not going to be here on Sunday. You're not going to be here on Sunday. You're going to be in the pub and you won't turn up. I've heard people, Marlon, you, for instance, I don't know if you want to talk about it, but, you've had your fair share of I'll be round and I'll have a look of that. And
Yeah, we've had some cowboys.
everyone knows or everyone's had a horror story with cowboy builders. People not finishing the job, people not turning up when they're going to say they're going to turn up, and people where you see, costs have gone over a bit, mate. We're going to need an extra blah blah blah. So bypass all that nonsense and get in touch with MJR Construction for literally all of your building needs. It can be anything from a full extension down to smaller DIY jobs like putting a shelf up.
Or you don't want to put your own patio in.
Oh, mate, if there's one thing I've learned, I know the extent of my talents, and my talents extend to just about fixing a washing machine, which didn't work. So there you go. That'll give you an insight as to how much I fucking know. So yeah, literally any and all of the above, including the line pointing and rendering, is super important because, like I said, it's a dying trade and it's an incredibly difficult thing to get right and master. So yeah, get in touch with our guys at MJR Construction. All the contact details will be in the episode description and in the bio. So a big up to them for sponsoring this episode. Right, cut a break, get a drink of the week, and we will be back shortly. We love you long time. Goodbye.
Yo!
We're back. It's time for Drink of the Week. Marlon, what have we got? Who sent it to us? What is it?
So we have a Taunton First Press Medium from the Taunton Cider Company.
Well, they set their bars fucking high with the last one, so I'm hoping they can keep up with it.
What did you have before?
We had a really English berry cider from Taunton Cider Company, and it was fucking epic.
That sounds lovely.
It was beautiful.
Really good, actually. I was a bit dubious because I remember Taunton Cider like years ago, and I was a bit like, but no, that blew my fucking socks off. Really light, really nice.
We're going to have to hook some tins up for festival
I
breakfast.
think we will, yeah. Right there, Marlon, if you could, without any further ado, read the marketing bullshit.
Medium cider. The Taunton Cider Company was officially established in 1911. Over a century later, the company has laid down its roots in Taunton. Our cider draws... Is there any actually thing about this fucking thing?
Is it the same as the last one?
Apples, Somerset, Orchards. Taunton Original Medium Cider is gently carbonated with a distinct apple nose and a soft astringency on the palate.
Wow.
Taunton cider, proper cider from Somerset.
I like it. Stick a half in there. We got a couple of bottles to go around here, and we'll see what we reckon. Oh, Marlon, your pipe pouring abilities it leaves nothing to nothing.
Astonishing.
Oh,
It's one of those things, isn't it? What are you going to do, Sakai?
I've tried many times. You just won't leave.
For anyone wondering, there's an Amstel glass here, and it's
It's
up
about
to the
Well, Taunton cider
up to the
didn't
rim,
actually
up to
send
the rim
us
in foam.
any glasses. So it's got to be in an Amstel glass, unfortunately.
right. Should we
Probably
see
tainted
what
it.
we think then? Oh,
That's proper.
that is proper cider. There's no getting around it. That's it's quite farmhousey, isn't it?
Yeah. That
Is it-
aftertaste.
Yeah, that's
Reminds me of Wilkins.
I think I get the initial thing, like as soon as I smelt it, I was like, farmhouse, fuck my ass. Tomorrow.
Was there a comma in that or just fuck your ass?
Take it either way, Drive. I think it's all going to end up in the same situation. A sore bum. No.
Yeah.
No, to be fair, it's got that initial sort of farmhouse twang, but the finish is actually quite pleasant. It doesn't end like that sort of, I've got more of that to drink. It's actually, I think it's a good, I find that's a good cross between sort of farmhouse sort of, I wouldn't go as far as say rough cider because it's not. It's absolutely crystal clear.
Yeah.
And it is lightly carbonated, which makes a bit of a difference because most farmhouse ciders is still, and they're often served warm, which is fucking horrendous. Anyone that drinks warm farmhouse cider, just reevaluate your life because, your wife doesn't deserve that.
Little bit of smokiness on the aftertaste.
Yeah, definitely. I was thinking of some sort of oaky thing going on there. You know, I like a nice sort of it's not even a vintage, is it? But it's got that sort of vintage taste to it. I quite like it.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm not a cider person by any stretch unless it's flavoured.
Yeah, no, initially I thought I was going to be like, fucking farmhouse cider. Jesus. Yeah. Do you know what? That's pretty fucking good. My only fear is what a session will do, because it's only 4%, but it definitely tastes stronger. Well, I don't know if it tastes stronger or whether you just think it's going to be stronger. It's got that sort of that thing going on. I'm at a 3. That's where I'm going to plant myself. What about you, Gabs? What are your thoughts? You haven't said a lot.
So that tastes to me like I am sat at a wooden picnic bench in a pub garden. There's fresh cut grass sticking to my shoes because it's dewy and it's getting damp, and I can smell the warm concrete road, the tarmac from the hot summer coming through. Yeah, and I'm a big cider drinker. I like a farmhouse cider. I mean, I wouldn't personally choose a farmhouse or a dry cider. But I'm gonna give that a 4.
Yeah,
I think like you say, that's just got a really nice way that it sits with you. Yeah,
I think it takes all the good. I think it takes all the good flavor of like a farmhouse flavor, sort of not a rough cider, but that sort of if you know what it is, you know what it is. If you know what I mean. And it just sort of improves on it and lightens it up a bit, and it's nice to see it. It is lightly carbonated.
Yeah, I was going to say it's got a really nice carbonation to it. Is that the right word?
I think that's the only cider
really gentle,
that's got that sort of taste that actually tastes refreshing.
Yeah,
because if you ever have like a pint of fucking Dayglow and you're just like, oh, why am I drinking this shit?
Just heavy.
Just wanted to shit myself.
Yeah, literally. I'm just, oh great, I'm gonna be 3 pints of this in, absolutely blackout drunk, and I'm gonna poo myself in the next half an hour.
The only thing I would say is it does taste like hangover, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think that's our own doing though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, probably. But
I don't know what a session on that would be like. That,
like I said, it doesn't taste anything other than really pleasant. But I just know that would give me a savage headache.
I think it's probably like I could probably do like a 4-pack, and then I'd be like, that'd be it.
Yeah, I'd be on 3 of those bottles before tomorrow morning. My head is ringing.
Oh, you wait. We got some vintage, we got some dry and some ultra dry back there as well.
Yeah, because that's medium, but I mean it's got a real dry twang to it. But
yeah, so I'm at a 3. Marlon, you're...
Yeah, I think I'm at a 3. I'm not a cider drinker, but it's all right.
Yeah, and Gabs, you're a 4.
4, yeah.
All right, so we'll give that a 3 out of 5 for the Taunton Cider Company medium. So
lovely.
Yeah, massive shout out to them for sending us that. And before we get back into the show, a massive shout out to the sponsor of this episode. Can you guess who it might be, Marlon?
Absolutely no idea,
It's
Reg.
the AUTOMOVER!
No!
I know, returning again. Look, ladies and gentlemen, are you buying a new car? Is it located far away? Have you ran out of holiday leave? Can't get a lift to go get to it? Can't be bothered with the hassle, the time, the fuel, or the earache from the wife when it breaks down and you're inevitably stranded 200 miles away from home with the AA 6 hours away? If any of these things sound, like they could and might apply to you, then you need to get in touch with the sponsor of this episode, the AUTOMOVER. I can't recommend him enough. He's a fantastic guy, professional, reliable, and Marlon,
single
what else?
load.
You are
live tracking.
You're the only man on his roster that day. That is it. It's just you. He's not worrying about shoving you on the back of a car transporter. Just like, yeah, fucking get it on. It'll be fine. Having it hanging over the cab of that Scania, like looking like it's teetering on the edge of just crashing into the ground. No. You're a dedicated load. You're going to be looked at. That car is going to be looked after as if it was his own.
Walk around videos.
If you're buying a car, and walk around video upon collection, just to confirm that you are happy with what you are buying and that what he is collecting. So it's a massive shout out to the AUTOMOVER for sponsoring this episode. Whether it's got 2 wheels, 4 wheels, a boat, a caravan, if it drives, if it doesn't drive, if it's just a bare chassis, it doesn't matter as long as it's on dollies or something. Your man can take it. Is it a long-term project you've been working on? That there's that really, really, really clever guy that's really old and he's the only one in the community that you know does that certain thing and it needs to go up to him, but guess what? It's in pieces, so I don't know how you're going to get it there. The AUTOMOVER is the man for you. Full winch setup, so it doesn't matter if it doesn't run. The AUTOMOVER.
Fantastic for anyone that buys the Escort.
Yeah. Are you going to include the AUTOMOVER services in the sale, Marlon?
I might do, yeah.
It's turning into a package, this.
Yeah. So it's a big up to the AUTOMOVER for sponsoring this episode. Use ITDH in the vehicle description for 10% off your quote. Check them out at theautomover.co.uk. All the links are in the episode description and in the bio. A big up to him for sponsoring this episode as always. Right. Let's get back into it, Gabs. Talk us through it. The klaxon goes off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, no, I suppose to explain
Oh.
how we get to the start line, because it hadn't really occurred to me. Of course, I knew that I had a wave number, but you've got the red, the blue, and the yellow, and I'm not entirely sure what was going on with the yellow kind of funnel, but you're all in these different holding pens, the best way I can describe it, and each colour goes up to, I think, wave 15. So you've maybe got 45.
Everyone gets branded.
45 waves. Yeah, essentially on your bib number, you've got your colour and your number. And yeah, with each of the coloured wave numbers, you get released. Probably 150 of you get you really are moving in a cell of people down towards the start line.
Letting the cows out in spring. It ain't free, and they just fucking go.
Well, it just, reminded me of sort of
kicking and going and bowling.
being in a
on the floor getting trampled.
a lairage in the market where you really have got them like sardines, you know. But anyway, so say blue, red, and yellow are all sort of within a kind of half a mile radius. We're all in different locations across. Where were we? Greenwich Park. Yeah,
St James's Park.
No, we started off in Greenwich.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and then
St James's.
God,
I'm not that au fait. I'm not that au fait.
Still stuck on the Piccadilly train.
Slightly better than Tom. Tom's still looking at the DLR. Fuck me, this thing's old.
How many people?
And they're looking at the fucking. God, bloody hell! What was it? We drove past fucking Heathrow. Saw all the British Airways planes lined up. I went, fucking makes proud be British, doesn't it? And she goes, you did not just say that, you old fuck.
Make Britain great again.
We didn't have these problems when I was in charge.
So yeah, you're all getting shifted down. But the point is that you kind of join up with two other wave colour or coloured numbers of waves, and you all kind of get
a bit like
released.
the Hunger Games.
Yeah, it's a bit like that. You all kind of, because they say you are going to be running on your own as, you know, your little cell of your wave for the first half a kilometre, and then you get two waves join you.
Elbows.
So yeah. But that's the biggest thing, is that I've run a couple of races before now, and 55,000 people on those streets. So Leeds for like last year, for example. So I think they ended up with about 8,000 runners, did they maybe? But the roads, just because it's London, the roads are no wider. The roads in a city are a certain width, right? Yeah. So you've got so many lanes, and they're gonna be that wide. But London, you've literally
putting up traffic lights. Yeah.
You've literally got 7 or 8 times the amount of runners. No, not released all at the same time, but you know, everybody shifts around a bit. Nobody's ever really quite in the right start wave, sort of, you know, in relation to how fast they're going to run. So you're overtaking people or kind of, getting surpassed by a lot of people. But that's the biggest thing, is that there's just so many people, and you really have to be so spatially aware of what's going on around you. So, the first 10K, first 6 miles absolutely flew by. 'Cause we saw you at 6 miles, didn't we?
Ah, yes. So
Yeah.
in the meantime...
So there was a really, really well executed plan as to where we were going to see each other and where we're going to meet.
I can't take full credit for it, because I only did most of the planning and Paul just kind of helped with the finer no, I'm joking. Again, I was like that, you know, I don't know if anyone's ever seen that TikTok. It's just like the woman's like, I've spent me spending 14 hours planning every single part of this trip, and my husband turning up at the airport like bum 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 bum, and that's me. And Dal, and we literally just followed Paul around the whole thing. He's like, right, we have this whole itinerary of where to go, where we're going to meet her at these mile markers. And I'm like, what's the plan then, Paul? We literally drop her off at the start line. And he's like, all right, we're going to go down here. We're going to meet her at mile 6. And I was like, luckily, where she'd left from in the park, all we had to do was actually walk down the park, down to a road. And I was like, nice. And
was that how close it was?
And that's how where mile 6 was. So we walked out of the park, down to the road, turned right, and just walked along. And that was the point where I was like, right, I know what I'm after, and I know I'm going to find it. I'm just looking down, I see an very old, almost like 80s Guinness sign hanging off the side of this little fucking place. And I'm like, I smell working men's pub. And we're fucking going in.
The point was they had best part of 2 hours, because I didn't start for a best part of an hour before. I didn't cross the line.
Prime drinking
and then,
time.
And then, I'm not running 10k quicker than an hour. So you literally had 2 hours, hour and a half to go at least.
So I smashed the pints in.
rounds.
Got in there and it was dead. And we got in there, everyone looked round at us and we come in and I was like, I'm home. So
it's a local place for local
literally people. I was like, I like this place. This is not meant for tourists. This is a local person's pub. But I was like, fuck it, I'm a paying patron and I know what I want. I was like, I'll have 2 pints of that and one of those. And she was like, yeah, that'd be 14 quid. And I was like, I am not leaving this fucking place. 14 quid. I was like, that's less than £5 a fucking pint. I was like, how are you making any money in this place? It's clearly some sort of front for something. But anyway, so that was that.
Jimmy in the back.
We were in there and I was like, she hasn't even started yet. And I've nearly finished my first pint. This is amazing.
Having another one.
And another one. And another one. And then
you were watching the marathon on the TV.
We were watching the marathon.
The point is that they're on the course. So the elites were running past the front of this pub and they're watching it on the fucking TV. Not stood out on the course.
All the pints are cheap, innit?
There are the elites going by. The wheelchairs, no. We'll just watch it on the TV.
Smashing pints. Just smashing pints.
It's cheap, innit?
Yeah. Even Paul was like, this is a prime pint of Guinness. I was like, let's not leave. Let's tell Gabrielle that I've been held up on terrorism charges or saying something really that I shouldn't to some Israeli, I don't know, whatever. And I was like, let's just stay here. But no, I was outvoted and we had a fire around. But yeah, so I got 3 pints in this time. And then Dal was like, I'm not going to finish this. Can you get me a plastic glass? I was like, no need. Smash that back as well. 4 pints. I'm like, awesome. I'm getting a buzz on. This is amazing. Then we get outside, we see Gabs.
So yeah, that is no word of a lie that they drank what they drank. I know this because I'm cruising along. Of course, honestly, it sounds probably ridiculous to anyone who maybe doesn't run, but genuinely, the first 10k, it was all fucking downhill. So I just felt like I was floating, easiest 10k ever. And I'm like, this is brilliant.
As a quick aside, we did obviously have Gabrielle at her, like, find me on iPhone, and she had a tracker in her bib as well. So we were like, I had 2 modes of tracking. I was like, so we can't fuck this up, so I can cram in as much drinking as I can.
Efficiency is key.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know
it was efficient.
I know as soon as I saw the 6 mile marker, I was going to see them in the next kind of few minutes. So soon as, of course, I've packed them all up like pack horses with jelly babies and Lucozade and gels and bananas and water and anything you can possibly imagine you may or may not need over the course of 26.2 miles. And I see them. I'm on the stretch to see them at the first marker, the first point I'm going to see them for all the refreshments. And I get there, and Tom's blowing his hunting horn, and Molly at ball, woo, giving it all this. And I'm like, get there. I'm stood in front of them. I'm like, could I please have some water? Oh fuck yeah!
We got your Guinness.
I was like, Jesus Christ, Gabby, don't act pissed off, but my God, why are you here? And I'm like, oh fuck, we should have thought about this. Oh, anyway, so I'm thinking, I'm so glad I've not got a time goal because this
me 4 pints in. I'm so proud of you. You've done so well.
Stop for 2 Stop for 2 minutes waiting for Paul to undo his bag. So then that was the first time I saw you. Crack on. And it's the biggest thing about this course is it's flat. Anyone who runs around country lanes, wherever you are, rural running is not flat. Particularly
away from the police.
Particularly not on the Mendibs. So hilly. And this is London. It's flat. A lot of it's along the Thames, so it's mega, mega flat. Really, really kind of settle into it then. We get kind of, I suppose, into mile kind of 10, 11. And by the time I get to mile 12, I'm thinking, right, okay, we're in this now. Like I'm really, really settled in. It's all kind of worn off in terms of it was a quieter bit as well. I mean, I can't tell you what the crowds were like comparatively there again to any other race probably on the planet. People just as far
Everywhere.
as the eye can see. There's a couple, I'd say max 2 miles of the entire course where there's just people kind of dotted, but not no people, just people dotted rather than rammed and trying to get to the barriers. And of course, there's barriers everywhere. So yeah, kind of mile 12, really settling in. And I see you again, don't I? I see you again at mile 12. This time, ready to go. Everyone's ready, prepped.
Guinness, jelly
Tom,
babies.
Yeah, Molly's got jelly babies. Tom's got Lucozade. Paul's got the water. And I'm like, I don't need any of this time.
Keep them on the toast.
In the meantime, we'd obviously left the pub, much to my chagrin. And we carried on and we got on the tube, and every fucking time I go to London, I do this. Every single fucking time. It should be like, hey, guess what? You've just drank an obscene amount of liquid. Maybe before you get on the tube, you go for a little wee. I went for one wee and I was like, no, fuck it. I'll be all right. Now, we were, I don't know, it's all a blur. We must have changed trains and did this, that, and the other. And in my mind, I'm like, of course there's toilets in the tube station. People need to urinate. There's no fucking toilets in the tube stations. And it got to the end.
That's why it smells of piss.
And I was bent double. I have not needed a piss that badly in my life. And I did say to Molly, I was like, you might need to make a wall in a minute as I urinate into something or onto someone. The tramp that was in the corner was going to get a special little shower. And I was I was so bad. And we ran into, oh God, I can't remember I went to Canary Wharf Station or something. And I just ran up to the security guard. I was like, excuse me, where's the toilets? And he was like, down there. And I was like, amazing, thanks. Ran through, fucking phone wouldn't tap on the cunty fucking tappy thing.
Which was every time you went through the bloody gate.
It's almost like a stupid case on it, isn't it? Got there and there's a queue for the men's. I'm like, what is this? What fucking dystopian future are we living in where there was a queue for the men's?
Disgusting.
But being British, I queued.
Get to the back of the queue.
I was so tempted to be like, I'm sorry, I'm desperate. But so was everyone else. That's why they were queuing. Otherwise, they would have just fucking carried on with their day. I got in there and I just fucking, I was pissing. It felt like forever. I finished and washed my hands. Paul is still pissing. I'm like, oh my God. And he was like, yeah, I was struggling a bit too. And I was like, you were struggling? I was like, Jesus Christ, I thought I was bad. You must, like, 4 litres has come out of you, man. What have you done? Yeah,
just
anyway.
gonna have some of Gabby's Lucozade.
Yeah. So we were dotting and darting around, fucking finally.
So at that stage, you're under pressure to get back to see me.
Well, this is the problem now. The thing is, it's always the same when we run around with these bloody marathons. It's like the start, all this lovely time, and you're just sort of floating around and drinking, and everything's wonderful. There's all the time in the world. I said to Paul, I was like, we're going to have loads of time for beer. This is going to be great. Fuck me, no. Jesus Christ. The moment we got to the pub, saw Gabrielle, on to the next one, it was fucking about 3 minutes until we saw her at the next place. Like, how have you run 6 fucking miles in the time that I've done a wee and got on some shitty little monorail underground bollocks?
Underground.
I think we squeezed a Greg's in after, but that was only after we'd seen you. So I was like, oh, I am starving. I've drank so much beer.
So yeah, saw you at mile 12. I can't even remember where that was. That wasn't Tower Bridge.
Why didn't you take road beers?
That was before
Canary Wharf.
No,
that was
that's
after.
mile 18. No, maybe it was mile 12. But anyway, point was, see them, and then I have my own small problem. I've been running really consistently, but to be totally honest, my TMI, I'm sorry, but my bowel movements had not been consistent over the weekend. Nerves were kicking in. Just nothing
the rough
awful.
side of the night before.
Nothing awful, just not consistent. And I am consistent. If I'm nothing if not consistent.
I'm consistently shitting.
And I kind of knew on the Sunday morning. I was like, it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. So held out, and I was like, maybe I can just wish this away. Maybe it can just not happen. Maybe this is, just not. It's not going to be today. Not going to ruin my big moment. Held off for as long as I could. Got to, I don't know, maybe mile 16, mile 15, 16. I couldn't hold on anymore. Every toilet I passed, because there's toilets every 2K. Every toilets I passed for the last 3 or 4 stops, the queues were so short, and I was like, I should really stop. No, I can hold on. Yeah, stopped at mile 15.
Everyone needed a shit.
Yeah. But you've never seen anything more British. All of these runners running the London Marathon. Oh, sorry. Would you mind if I just get in the queue? The queue is zigzagging. I'm like, oh no. So I just get in the queue, and we just all stand there chatting away.
A touch of cloth.
We're all chatting. I'm thinking, right, well, this is, like I say, never went into it with a time goal. Kind of vaguely had one in the back of my mind. I told no one about. I think the 3 of you had discussed it on the course. Does she want to run it in a certain time? But I hadn't actually breathed it to anyone. And then when I was, stood. That fucking should have been sat. That would have helped things a bit. I was touching cloth. I was thinking, I can kiss goodbye to that. But I think it was about 14 minutes. Well, I think that the poo stop took 12 minutes. The queue, the queue took 11.
Any more, you get charged waiting time.
Waiting for this bloody thunderbox.
Not ULEZ compliant.
No, there are some emissions there.
But the point was, of course, everyone was very much obliging by the using the toilets, because it was announced very clearly, almost like it is at Glastonbury, but more so over the tannoy before you started. If you are caught urinating or defecating, you will be arrested and escorted off the course. So everybody's listening up. But
they didn't catch me.
Don't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. So
I done a poo outside the gherkin.
Yeah, get back on the course, and we're back in the game. And at this stage, I think it must have been mile 16. It was 10 miles to go. I was like, right, I feel really good. It's the best I'd ever felt in a marathon before that late in the game. I just felt like I had it all together. I felt like it was all in the tank, which is hard to gauge when you've got 10 miles to run.
Yeah.
It's hard to know, but I did feel like it was there. So I was like, fuck it, watch these fast feet. I was like, I text Molly being like, I'm going to put it all on the line.
She's
We're going to go.
texting.
Took a selfie, sent it to her.
She's opened the laptop. She's turned the nitrous on.
Danger of the manifold. I need a poo.
So yeah, just set my mind about it then, and for the next 4 miles, just really kind of consistently, kind of smashed out some well, it's sort of 45-minute kilometers. And then we got into the last 6. Well, I saw you guys at mile 18.
Yeah, that was Canary Wharf, wasn't it?
That was
yeah.
8 miles to
I'd
go.
managed to get a Greg's by this point, so I was very happy. Yeah, I bought some donuts and a few other bits. I was in the queue, just like, oh god, just what I
Nice
needed.
sausage roll.
Yeah, sausage bean, 2 sausage bean and cheese, and can't remember what else. Oh, and a little slice of pizza.
Just remember the Greg stop, because we'll go back to that after the finish line.
And and then I got 4 donuts as well.
Well,
so
yeah, just remember that bit, because we'll talk about the donuts post finish line.
Yeah.
So what were you saying? Sorry.
And that was pretty much it. No beer to be had, unfortunately. I was much on the scout, but we were looking at the time, and everyone was like, "We haven't got the time." I was like, "Not even for a Swiftie."
So
why no road beers?
I didn't really think road beers. I wasn't.
Rookie.
you were thinking pubs on every corner.
Yeah, it's London. There's
It'll be so easy.
3,000 pubs or whatever. I'm thinking just like I'll be ambling along the course, dipping and diving out into local boozers, telling my tales of how interesting my life is to the locals, and it turned out that it was none of that. It was just a lot of trains and monorails and shitty
steam engines,
shitty little rail carts, and rushing around. That was pretty much my marathon. Not that anyone's asked.
So I saw you at mile 18, and to my knowledge, by the itinerary that was written, that was the last time I was going to see you until the finish. So
Yep.
I loaded up, got a gel, took on a load of Lucozade, and from that moment on, I'd actually avoided putting my AirPods in before that. Had this playlist that only a few of us had
because you fucking animals went nuts on the last one.
Contributed to. I knew I wasn't going to do much listening to it, and I knew I wasn't going to have 4.5 hours of listening. So
how could you? I couldn't do that.
I know. I don't know how
only-
she did it. I'd need it in all the time from the start.
Honestly,
to the finish.
I know it sounds it's hard to get your head around, but the support and having your name on your front, learnt that at Leeds, fantastic, really really helped. But there again, dichotomy of the whole thing then becomes a bit overwhelming because you're everybody who screams your name, you're looking, and well, the whole time it's just literally every single second of every minute someone's screaming your name.
Especially if she's eaten all of our THC, fucking jelly baby, she's going to get a little bit paranoid after a while. No wonder the last 10k just flew by.
This will get you through. So yeah, mile 18, I was like that, right, let's just get this music in and get going. So wave goodbye to them, thinking, see you at the finish line. And then, got to mile 20, and all of a sudden I looked at my watch and I was doing a bit of runner's maths, which isn't that simple, and sometimes you can really get it so far fucking wrong because the thing is, every clock you pass is from the time that the very first runner passed across the start line.
Yeah.
So it's not your time. You're at, like, obviously if you've got a watch, you're referencing your watch. And then you have to calculate how long, how far, and you're seeing both mileage and kilometer signs to indicate how far in you are. So and also another thing, because you're weaving so much, you're like, I ran 0.7 of a kilometer over the marathon because there's so much.
It's not a straight line.
Yeah, because of course they have a blue dashed line marked, and that is
knew
the
that was what it was.
42.2.
Is that the fast lane?
I knew that.
That's 42.2. That's
When we
most
were in the
direct route.
boozer watching it on the television,
They're all trying to stick to it, aren't they? The elites.
I was like, what's that blue line? And they're all like, it's probably a bus lane, it's probably this, probably that. I was like, I swear that's the racing line. It must be. And they're like, no. I'm like, the runners are following the blue line. It must be the racing line. They're like, it's probably some
It's the car share line.
It's probably some ULEZ bollocks. And I'm like, well, I'm just going to shut my fucking hole and finish my last pint of the fucking marathon.
No, that is the racing line. So yeah, doing a bit of runner's maths, and all of a sudden I was like, I'm in with a fucking chance of doing this under 4:30, and that is always. I've never run a marathon under 4:30. I said it when I came on before I did Leeds. I wanted to do it under 4:30. Injuries and things have held me back. Never for a minute did I think post 12-14 minute poo stop would it be in my size, but London's super super flat, and I was just like that. Oh, holy shit. Okay, it's a bit of a fucker really, because of course it's then like, now I really have to set my mind about this.
Let's go.
Yeah, if I let myself down now, knowing that I could have had a chance. So I actually ran the last 10k faster than any other 10k in the whole thing. The last 6 miles I ran, was my fastest 6 miles of the whole marathon.
Did you incorporate your poo stop into the running time?
Well, it was post poo stop. So basically,
if you hadn't have stopped for a shit,
I'd have done it in 4:15.
I know.
Which would have been, would have been amazing. To be honest, I wouldn't have been that really fast. Yeah, it would have been great. But the next thing after 4:30 is like 4 hours. So if I'd have been pissed off if I ended up at like 4:13, and that would have been
you
like
would have taken the poo stop out.
3:59. So but anyway, the point was that last 6 miles, and honestly, like I say, it was all there to give. I had some serious, like, real pumpy kind of bangers coming through the AirPods, and that helped massively. But felt like I was just my heart rate was 175, having stuck at 145 to 150 all the race. I was at sort of 175.
The Apple Watch, like, you're in a loud and stressful environment.
yeah, take a break. But the point was that you guys, unbeknownst to me, had rocked up, had battled through the crowd, the busiest part of the spectators, mile 25, the final stretch. They'd got there. I hadn't a fucking clue.
Ran straight past us.
My music was in, it was so loud, and I decided
zone.
at like mile 20, I was like, stop taking selfies, Gabby, and fucking texted everyone, hot girls run marathons, farm girls do hard things, like pack it in, just set your head down. But the consequence of that was ran straight past them, and they told me that it was like that.
There was a bloke next to
screaming.
us, and I was like, we're like, there she is, Gab.
And I was like so close to them apparently.
Yeah, literally. If I'd have leaned over that barrier with somebody holding my legs, I probably could have touched you. And the bloke next to me goes, oh, fucking hell, that's a bit of a ball leg, isn't it?
Oh no.
I was like,
that's a shame.
fuck's sake. Of course, then you don't see her for another hour and a half because it takes
of course, getting round them out, like no way, like off embankment as soon as you get into that final stretch, not a chance. You guys had to go like the fuck, or like round the fucking
practically fucking
back
sober
into
by this point.
Oxfordshire to get back to fucking St James's Park. So
By a slough.
Yeah, quite literally. It was oh fucking. It was hard, Marlon, but somebody had to do it. Somebody had to do it.
Yeah,
I am the chosen one.
I don't know what it is about marathons, but as soon as you see that final whatever, the first sign they have up, like this is the last. I think the first one was 400 meters to go, and I just remember thinking, wow, no, it's the opposite. Like, shit, I don't know if I've got anything left. And my official time was, I think, 4:28.59. So just did it in 4:28 rather than 4:29. The point was, I only had a minute to spare to get under 4:30. So not a lot would have had to have gone wrong for me to have not met that. And I was thinking, I have to keep this pace up for another half a kilometre. It's not a lot, but in your mind, when you're that shagged, it feels like a long way to go. But I was, coming around there. I told this on the radio today, and I've put it on my Instagram post today. But coming around the corner, I think I'd seen the 200 meters to go sign. Goodbye Stranger by Supertramp came on. One of Mum's favourite songs. And honestly, it felt euphoric. It sounds so cheesy. It sounds so cliche. It sounds everything else. But I don't even remember that last 200 meters. It just felt like I was being carried down this, because they've got like the red carpet and everything into the final stretch.
Really?
Yeah. And it just amazing experience. I got over that finish line and bawled. Glad no one was there, because I wouldn't have been able to talk to anyone. Picked up my medal, and then it was a good fucking 45 minutes till I saw you guys.
Yeah.
And you get warned about that like, don't, you have this like emotional overwhelm, and it's like, right, getting shit together because you need to go and find people, and there's no. It's like being at Glastonbury. No signal. You can't get hold of anyone. So where are you? Not delivered. So we spent a while trying to find each other, didn't we?
Oh Christ, didn't we ever? So in the end, we sort of managed to like get. Someone managed it. I think Paul managed to get through to Gabs, and he goes. I'm down here by the South Korean flag. And I immediately said, she'll have no fucking clue what that is. He turns around and goes, she doesn't know what the South Korean flag. I said, do you know what? I saw this like I know my fucking sister, mate.
Next thing, he goes, right, someone's got to blow up giraffe. Yeah, I can see the giraffe.
Fucking unbelievable.
I'm coming.
Follow the giraffe.
Oh yeah, and then we were kind of sauntering back with me, and I was like that. I hadn't eaten anything properly. I had a bit of porridge in the morning, but of course you meant to have a savage good breakfast, but just couldn't for nerves.
What were your legs like?
Immediately after, fine. It's just as soon as you do things like sit down or
you see fucking like I saw more people like needing medical attention in the sort of winner's circle, as it were, in St James's Park. Like, there's a bloke on his back getting his fucking calves rubbed by someone to stop him either cramping up or whatever. But obviously, you give them all space blankets. Like, every single runner gets a space blanket to keep them warm, because it was blowing quite hard. And I'd imagine the moment you stop running, you lose that fucking heat. Yeah. And, it just, that cold hits you.
For anyone who's never had one of those around you, I know you kind of just assume they're good, but I could not believe how good that thing was.
Just reflects heat.
Oh, it was unbelievable. Like, I'm wearing nothing. just wearing my running gear, short sleeve t-shirt, had this thing around me. I'm like, I'm cozy. Like,
And this is now my everyday attire.
yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna be a spaceman.
Go to disco in my reflective jacket. But we were kind of then walking out of St James's Park, and I'm like that. I've not eaten anything. I'm just so hungry. I'm trying not to get grouchy because these guys have been phenomenal all day. I'm like, oh god, I'm just so hungry. And Paul's all of a sudden like, God, yeah, I've actually got a donut in my bag. So I was like, yeah, pull some donuts. Like, he's got his little Osprey bag. Tom opens the bag, pulls out one of those Greg's 4-pack boxes of donuts, and it's just like pristine, like 4 donuts. I was like, what are we going to do with these? Well, we were going to eat them earlier, but you can have one if you want. Thanks! And then you fucking bought them up for me.
Can you imagine if there was an empty box in there? Sorry, I got a bit peckish earlier after all the pints.
Yeah, unreal. So that on, when you're that hungry or that, just you've put your all into something, that donut felt like the best donut. Tasted. Oh God, yeah.
I know I hate the Greg's Goat donuts.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not. I don't hate them. I'm not the biggest fan, but it just
That was just what you
savour and
needed.
taste.
So
Yeah, exactly.
my eyes bigger than stomach saved my sister basically because I went in there. I was like, I'll have 2 steak bakes, I'll have pizza slice, I'll have these 4-pack of donuts, and Dad was like, you're never gonna eat all that, and I was like, yeah, fucking will. Ate the 2 steak bakes and the pizza slice, and I was like, Paul, can I put these in your bag, mate? I was just going to scran them. I would have scranned them if there was more room in there, but unfortunately, I'd filled it all up with drink. And then they came in clutch. So there you go. See?
The bag's like a TARDIS though. When you pulled that box out, I was like, "What? Like you were never going to mention you had these donuts?"
I got a rifle folded up in there as well, just in case things got spicy.
I've honestly got to give it to Tom, Molly, and Paul for the day, and you guys, both Tom and Marlon, Marlon. Oh my God, I cannot thank you enough for obviously getting me there to run London. I mean, amazing. I never would have had that opportunity, but yeah, last count like 3 hours ago, £15,771 we've raised.
Insane.
That is unbelievable.
We're very good at raising money for other people. I know I continually say this. We are awful at raising money for the show. But if there's a charity that needs help, we're like, oh yeah, absolutely, no problem.
Yeah, and I think you said it over the weekend, but it's stayed with me. Is that it takes a village, and it's so often used for raising a child. It takes a village, but it's actually relevant to any monumental event in your life that it takes a village to support you through something like that. And yeah, sure enough, this is one of those. And this isn't about Gabby running the London Marathon. This is about the fact that there's an entire community behind this that have come together to, I think I've said this before, but to support something that essentially no one knew our mum. Like none of these people, a select few knew who she was, but everybody's behind it because they want to support the greater cause, and that is the most fantastic feeling. And genuinely, the fact that to know you have that support with you is one of the most humbling feelings in the world. And like I say, I don't know whether anyone's listening to this thinking, "Oh my God, that girl talks a load of shit," but honestly, over the weekend and particularly last night, like I went to bed just counting my lucky stars that I have people like this around me, and that is what you guys have built. That is absolutely phenomenal. Like these are your people, and you have surrounded yourself with them, and it's nothing but love.
Did you think I thought about it when you were running? I was like, when you were running, did you think like I've got all these people like? The reason that I'm here is because of all these people. I've got them like without like sounding too fucking faggy. Like, you've got them like all behind you, with you, pushing you on for this thing.
100%. And genuinely, like the messages of support I've had from everybody, like it's like you know people and they know you. The way that everybody just literally takes you under their wing, and it is the most welcoming, I say community, but I actually was using an influencer who I saw ran the marathon. Not going to name names, but this girl, she was running running the London Marathon, raising money for charity. Got 179,000 followers on Instagram. And this word community is thrown around really very willy-nilly these days. I think, it's really...
With the amount of influencers out there.
Yeah, it's really kind of chucked about. And, this girl, beautiful girl, I'm sure she's great at what she does, but I don't know much beyond kind of being an Instagram influencer. Ran the marathon, was raising money for charity. 179,000 people follow her on Instagram. I don't know about anything else. She raised £3,000 for charity. Amazing. This is not about me belittling anything, because £3,000 for charity, £5 for charity is phenomenal. But my point is, you essentially have, what are we talking? A tenth, of the people that have actually engaged in this fundraising exercise and raised and blown that out of the water, because these people are buying into the fact that, like I say, they just want to support what means most to you.
Yeah, we got an incredible group of people here.
And
Don't ever forget that. And I know, that's what this entire thing is built on, but you're an incredibly special lot, which is, you don't just stumble across that every day.
No.
It's built by all of you. Yeah. That's all your own doing.
Oh, we're grateful and humble every day we do this, because we're like we always say, we're just two idiots in a fucking shed. That is all we are, and that was all it started as, and we're still two idiots in a fucking shed. But we're just like, oh my god,
we got a little more of an idea now. We can do edity things and and stuff.
We do events and things, and people listen to this, believe it or not. I just wanted to, on the subject of fundraising and charity, and mainly the MND, would you like to recount the tale, Gabrielle, of how you informed the motor neurone disease of your good doings upon the marathon?
So they don't know.
No, this is the thing.
They don't check.
Well, no, even though...
Yeah, but I can check that.
Yeah, but no, they know. But the only thing is, Gabrielle is obviously running in our custom one-of-one Doghouse running jersey.
Which was honestly, amazing. Like, no rubs, no friction, no nothing. That jersey, amazing. If anyone else...
Fucking should do, cost 80 quid.
If anyone else is a runner and wants to advertise the podcast, I'd be entirely advocating you selling those, because they're fucking great. But the point was, Paul questioned it before the event. He said, MNDA not going to get chewy that you're not running in their colours. I was like, look, I've run 2 marathons in their colours, and given what the podcast have done, the least I feel I can do is run with.
What are they going to do?
Run with their big old logo on my back.
I was going to slap a logo on the running jersey, but there just was nowhere decent to put it, and also their colours didn't really go with the colour scheme that I had. I was like, do you know what?
The point
we've done enough at this point.
Yeah, and what I would like to come back to is the fact that London Marathon, not that it's ever inappropriate or not appropriate to increase awareness for the association, but I would say, I don't know how many runners, but there are so many runners running in MNDA. Like, it's not like I was the only runner that chose not to run in the colours. That girl at the start line, I was like, oh, I am running for MNDA. She's looking at me. I'm like, oh yeah, but I'm sponsored by this podcast. Ran past those cheer stations. So big charities or charities of a size have cheer stations along the way. One big cheer station.
This is
where they have
all
these people, huge, great sign. People.
Do you know who I am?
People in the colours. I ran by. And I saw it up in the distance. And I was like, wow, yeah, MNDA.
When I'm screaming at them.
And then all of a sudden I realised they're all looking at me, and I'm thinking, I looked at, I'm just in black. Like, I'm not in yellow, orange and blue. And they're looking at me, and they're like, you're like, woo, yeah, okay, go Gabby. And I was like, I'm running for you. I was like, I've raised nearly £16,000. My name's Gabrielle Emery. And they were like, and there was like 3 of them in the back. They were like, oh my God! I was like, obviously I hadn't realised who I was. I said who I was, but because I'd imagine you probably do know your top fundraisers. So
the way she recounted this tale to me, which I think has been slightly skewed to make Gabrielle look better in this, which was ran up to them screaming, and obviously, I'd imagine being midway through a marathon, maybe just trying to get out immediate things to get on with it. was, yeah. They're like, oh, yeah, cool, Gabby, you go. She goes, I'm Gabby Emery. And they were like, oh, fuck. I don't quite know how to tell you this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
Oh, I did. I felt there was a part of me that felt, oh, I should be, and I thought, no. Like the point is, yeah, we've done our phenomenal bit.
Hey, everyone, come see how good I look.
Yeah. So it was hilarious, to be fair, and yeah, like I say, so good to see so many MNDA runners though as well. So it's a great bit of support, but.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, amazing day.
And then I finally got a pint.
I was going to ask, did you get
I finally got a pint at the end of the day. Yes, I know. It was a long slog, Marlon. And it started off great and I just sort of struggled through the rest of it. And then there was, lots of admin and lots of emotions. And then finally we got to Pizza Express, in memory of Prince Andrew. And, that's where he said he was. I can't have been there. I was at Pizza Express. And I got there and I finally got my pint at the end of the day, which I think was well earned, seeing as I'd done so much that day. Such a great achievement for me and everyone else that joined me and supported me in my pint mission.
What kind of pizza did you have?
Oh, a calzone, mate.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Good touch, that.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
I did bring Dad after we got back to the hotel because Dad came with me to Dublin back in 2018. First marathon I ran, and there's an infamous story that goes with that. We told the story before.
Not on the show, I don't think.
I'd run my first marathon, hugely emotional, tears as at the end of any great long distance or huge life achievement. Bawling my eyes out, and my dad, I eventually find him, and in the distance I can see he's hobbling for a start, but he's got one of those old man phone cases, flip down job. Flipped it down. He's holding up his phone in the distance. I'm sobbing, can't really see through the tears. Get up to him, and I'm like ready to give him a hug, and he puts his hand out like as to say,
No,
Stop.
Gypsy. No.
Pulls the
Britain fights
phone.
back.
He's looking at the phone, turns it round to me. 22,000 steps, Gabrielle. he goes, I have schlepped across this city to see you today. Anyway, I can't talk for crying, and I'm like that. Anyway, the point was very, very funny at the time.
He wanted a fucking pint and all.
And we have since recounted the story. He had bad ankles or something wrong with his feet. He's always got something wrong with his feet. There's something wrong with his feet.
That sounds fucking familiar.
Tom. Anyway, point was, rang Mark Emery when I got back to the hotel room. Dad, I finished. Amazing day. Can't tell you, just quite the atmosphere and everything. Just blow you away. Honestly, truly fantastic. How do they all get on? All right? Yeah, Tom, Paul, Molly, all right? Yeah. I said, yeah, they've had a long day, to be fair to them. They saw me 4 times. He goes, well, of course I remember that. Yeah. Dublin, mind you, Gabrielle. 2018. Fucking 22,000 steps. I had bad feet, you remember? It's on loudspeaker, pulls in the background. God bless him. He is truly special.
Oh,
yeah.
fucking hell.
Yeah.
Oh, I was dying. I was fucking dying.
It'll never change.
Oh, yeah. It was such a fantastic weekend and an incredible day. It was very blessed to be a part of it and being very blessed to be in a position where I could go. I say, because of the show that me and Marlon do, it was the only reason that you were there, and it's the only reason I was there. So yeah, it was incredible. It was absolutely incredible.
Yeah. And there again, I put it on my Instagram post, but it really came back to me over the weekend. The fact that it was 10 years ago when you and I were 18 and 21, and it was that thing of like, yeah, this we'll get out the other side of this. And the point is, there is now £16,000 more in the pot. Well, through what you guys have done over the last 2 marathons, it's over £20,000 in the pot for that charity that will support young people like us who are going through all of that when somebody close to them's been diagnosed. So look, the point is, I am so grateful. If you haven't picked up already, that is 2 marathons in a year that you guys have supported me through and put up with the fact that, oh, Gabby's training for a marathon. I promise that's it. I promise.
You're joking. Not another one.
I promise I'm not going to come back cap in hand. And I'm just so hugely grateful that that you guys have got behind it and gone, oh yeah, go on then, we'll do another.
So you're not hanging up the shoes then?
Yeah,
you're not thinking about it doing any more.
No, I said it on the radio the other day, and someone was like, "You're such a bellend," because I was like, "Oh yeah, road marathons, road races, no, yeah, not for me." But I might do like a trail ultra or something. But the point is, from here on out, for the foreseeable, I'm going to be doing stuff. I'm just going to do it for me, pay for it, do it off my own back. And I think the point is, you guys have done an incredible thing. We did say the other day, didn't we? If everyone who had lost someone goes out there and raises 30 grand, bloody hell, everything would be cured. We wouldn't have anything to raise money for. So, whatever these guys do next, please get behind them because, they commit themselves to it, body and spirit and everything else to throw at it goes in. So
if you get asked to do the Boston, I'm there in a heartbeat. If you get asked to do Paris, you can do it on your fucking own. I've no interest in that bastard city for love nor money.
Yeah, I mean, I sure enough would love to do Boston, but might come back with someone else's limbs. I'm not sure.
Oh my god!
Now, you were the last person I was expecting to make that joke.
That caught me off guard.
And plus, you have to get under a 3-hour elite time to get into Boston. So
Really?
yeah, I'm not sure we're just there yet. Look, under 4:30 was an absolute belter, but we'd have to put some serious work in to get there.
No, I
didn't
think
finish in that time, didn't they?
Yeah. From me and Marlon and everyone, I just want to give you a massive congratulations on doing it because. I mean, it's enough to be accepted and all that stuff, but the fact that
To complete it,
and it was a worry. I was same with Leeds. It was a worry that something was going to go wrong and your ankle was going to blow out because that was a real concern at Leeds that your ankle was just going to go pop. And as much as we've already raised the money and that task was already done, it's that it would have been a sense of sort of not getting there, and the
100%.
I would have been, I wouldn't have been, I would have been like, oh, it is what it is. But for you yourself, if it hadn't have come off, I would have felt for you so much, being it probably would have been your only shot. But yeah, I'm so blessed to have you as my sister, to be able to do this. Because Lord knows I couldn't run a marathon. In the kind words of her on one of these stupid little trams, she turned around to me and we were all saying, well, me and Marlon, the fundraising arm, because neither of us are going to be running a marathon anytime soon.
Somebody else had asked me.
And she said,
if you were going to run with them.
And she said, oh, unfortunately, my brother's been put together out of 6 different people and using all of the worst parts of them.
Look, you're funny.
I got bad feet, I got bad eyes, I got bad joints.
I got asthma.
One thing I don't have anymore.
Yeah, no, like we said earlier, it really does take a village to get someone to the start line, and that was evidenced in everything we did. So there we go.
No, well, congratulations.
Over and done with. Thank you.
Congratulations to you from all of us. It was very
a
humbling.
Huge achievement.
Huge, beautiful. We wouldn't have seen it under Biden.
One thing I would say, if anyone is thinking about it, not just a marathon, but if anyone ever gets off that opportunity to run London or ever has a bit of an inkling to enter that ballot, just seen that thing go out on social media again, if you've got any sort of part of you that's thinking about it, just give it a go. Give it a go, because the magic...
No, I can't. My feet hurt.
There again. Sounds proper cheesy, but I think you backed me up there, Tom. It was something truly special.
Oh, it was incredible.
Truly special.
It was incredible.
Yeah. Never experienced anything like
Everyone's in a good mood. Like it's the one day you get to go to London and everyone is in a good mood.
We were saying about, of course, accepting food and sweets from strangers on the course. Remember that story?
Yeah.
Story I told you about the mum,
the sweetie man,
the mum with the child.
Oh God, yeah.
So I don't know where it was, not relevant. But often, as anyone will know, people have tubs just full of sweets. And the point is, I was saying to Tom before I started, it's the one day of the year, 364 days of the calendar year, you don't accept anything from a stranger on the street, particularly not in London. Marathon day, you're offering me orange, you're offering me Haribo, a beer, donut. Yeah, I'll take that from you. I've got no idea how many other marathon runners' hands have touched it, but I love it. So there's a mum and a very small child shaking a little Tupperware full of Haribo, and mum's holding it at child's level. Child is maybe 2.5 at a push. She's holding it down at little Harry's level, and they're shaking this Tupperware. He's holding on to the edge of the Tupperware. Mum's looking at all the runners, and little Harry is looking in this tub.
I want all the sweets. They can all fuck themselves.
This tub being shaken up and down. All of a sudden, impulsive thoughts take over, because I'd clocked this tub, and I was thinking, yeah, I'm going to grab a couple from that. And also, cute little Harry, as we've named him, adorable. Yeah, he'd have really loved to have. Anyway, I'm aiming for it, and all of a sudden, Harry's little claw hands let go of the tub. Yeah! Straight in, claw grab, 2 little fistfuls of sweeties. Mummy picks his arms up. No, let go. And he goes like this. And it's like, like those grabber games where you're like trying to grab a fluffy toy. And it's just full of Harry. She's shaking. He won't let go. And there's Harry getting flinged up in the air. And I'm like that. Oh, I think I'll give that one a miss. He's got
That's why you just need a little camera on you.
Gritted teeth.
They give out free Lucasades and all this shit at the end of the race. And like everyone's got one. And I'm thirsty. And I'm like, I've done a lot today.
I was like, it's a special size. It's just a custom, a big. I think it's like
a 600 or 700.
750 mil of Lucasade.
One of the big Lucasade sports.
You just
Originals.
Yeah.
But you don't. That's not a size they sell. It was for the marathon, and Tom's carrying one. I'm like, wow, where'd you get that? I went minesweeping. Tom, what?
It's not fucking kudos, Shaq.
Each runner gets given one of these, and you've just rubbed it. Well, it was on the side. Nobody was watching it.
I did see Anthony Joshua was handing out cups.
Yeah, and I fucking saw that. But
little fucking cup with 200 mil. Yeah, I found a full 750. You're coming with me.
I saw Anthony Joshua. And I was doing that thing. I was like, is that just a really big black guy that I'm thinking looks like Anthony Joshua, or are people stood talking to him because it's Anthony? Oh, afterwards I realised, it was Anthony Joshua.
Gav's like, don't want to seem racist, It's just a big black man. I'm thinking Anthony Joshua. I mustn't go over and say, are you Anthony Joshua? Looks on Instagram later like, motherfucking god damn it! I could have met a champ! Yeah. So a good day at all round, and just to finish, a massive thank you to all of you that listened, and all of you, you might not have given anything, but just the fact that you listened has meant that this thing has grown to a point where we're able to do all this and raise all this money, and be able to put you into the London Marathon, which is, I won't lie, if it wasn't for this show, I don't think, MND have enough runners, and it's only the fact that you'd raised so much last time that they were like,
I never would have been asked to run that. No way. I could have entered and put in for a charity place, and it was only that we raised so much the last time through you guys, and that there was a great backstory. Yeah, okay, it's great, the heartstring bit about, Deb Mum, but actually...
Deb Mum Club.
Yeah, the
Deb
fact
Mum
is,
Club.
the fact that the bigger part of that was there's a podcast here with thousands of listeners, and they're all ready to give their hard-earned cash. And they were like that. Yep, come on down. It's the only reason. It's an incredible thing to think that this podcast has taken us all the way to London Marathon.
Insane.
Who would have seen that happening?
I thought it was going to take us to jail.
Hold tight. There's still time.
There's still plenty of time left, Marlon. They're going to come knocking. That Claymore's going to turn their knees into pasta sauce.
It is fucking mind-blowing.
It is nuts. And unless you got anything else to add, buddy.
I did want to say something, but I thought I'd save it till the end.
Yeah.
Your toilet's leaking.
No, you're kidding. You are fucking kidding.
No.
You are joking.
No.
Oh my fucking god.
But I didn't want to say it when we came back in because you'd have to stop and go fix it until we finished.
Oh, right. Thank you,
I'm
everyone.
fucking with Joel. It's not leaking.
Oh,
And that's the end.
until next week.
Thank you.